All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Bone King's Gambit. Before we get started today, if you know someone who wants to play an numeric game, we need to get them on the wait list so we can get them involved. Got some opportunities coming up really soon, so you want to get on that wait list so we can get you involved. We do have a TikTok, an Instagram, a Twitch, a Facebook, a YouTube. We've all over the place. We've got Blue Sky. We're everywhere. If you do watch our stuff, hit the thumbs up, share us with other people, get people over and involved, because it helps us get more players to play with you guys. We do have a clip contest going on as well, where if you toss your clip or timestamp in the clip contest channel of Discord, you'll be automatically entered to win a prize at the end of the month. This month we're going to be giving away another piece of art, so go ahead and get those entries in. The more entries you put in, the more chances you have to win. Let's go ahead and get you guys started, because it is time to play some D&D. We have everybody here, which is awesome. I know everybody just walked in, which is cool. We love having everybody here. Hopefully everyone had a great week. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are adventuring in the lands of Toivoa. Specifically, you are far down to the southwest here in Noctra, in the city of Veyrathis, where you guys have been brought by a woman by the name of Linnea. She has been instrumental in a series of tasks that have led you to meet up with Velcraxis, the leader of the city, and a powerful individual. Last week it was revealed that Velcraxis is the patron for Averica's warlock traits. And he has tasked all of you with finding a book called the Echo Ledger that leads to a series of revelations he needs regarding MKL and how death works. You spent some of last session visiting a club called the Boneyard, run by Valith Boneharp, and have now returned back to the Dark Oak Inn in order to recover and reset. That's where we're picking up, as we will allow Rem an opportunity to do any questions or things that he wanted to do before that, since he missed last session.
I am happy to say that he was not at the nightclub last night. I'll start with that. Because I know there was some question about whether or not that would happen. I think it's totally reasonable to stay back with Celestia.
Very good.
Questions as a whole, I'm happy to just have those happen in the natural progression.
Very good.
Especially because Rem wasn't there, so he's still piecing together exactly what was and wasn't said. So I'm happy for us just to keep going.
Very good. Then we will do so. All right. Well, the crew has just gotten back from the nightclub and walks in to see Rem at a table. What would you guys like to do?
Do anything interesting, Rem?
He'll look up from a book he's holding. Just catching up on what I missed while I was away. It seems that the meeting went well enough, at the very least. You all seem healthy, and I'm assuming you're all in going out outfits of some sort, so having a nice night, I guess.
Oh, it was lovely. You could have seen the performance. The way that Valith Boneharp makes those skeletons dance. Tiring, really.
She's,
Useful, I hope,
quite
as well.
talented. She did give some useful information about the library. A certain book that we needed to check out. What was it called?
The Persistence of
Undead Summoning. Yes, that's what it was. But I'm interested what's in there.
Did you say where you could find it?
Yes, in the library we've been to before.
Huh. Thought that was more of a
know
well-kept
how to get
secret
it
than
now.
that.
Oh, it is a well-kept secret, but she was willing to tell more information than she usually does. She liked me.
He wants his bones.
Oh,
She wants
Yes.
everyone's bones.
Literally, she asked him if he'd signed a contract for who gets his bones after he dies.
He
Which
doesn't
was-
want my bones.
Well, you didn't give her a chance. Did you? You didn't really.
I don't think you were listening well.
You gotta go up and talk to her.
I very
She did
much gauged
specifically
it.
say.
She very specifically put it in terms she didn't want mine.
I feel like none of us should sell our bones. I think that gives the wrong incentives to the people around us to perhaps end our life sooner than we'd rather.
Well, it's not like you're going to get the
course.
money if my bones get sold. Actually, who would get the money? I don't even
Well,
know who to
look at
give it
it-
to.
Your next.
I assume the
kin?
contractor would pay you up front, would be my guess. But did you see a contract?
Do I look like I have next of kin?
Well, don't die before you have one. Or die.
How would one look like they have next to?
Bags under their eyes, I would assume.
Well, considering that I ran away from home and kind of left behind everyone, it'd be sort of surprising if I had next of kin.
Your words, not mine.
Let's put it to a vote. Who here looks the most likely to have next of kin?
Ebony immediately looks at Fletcher.
Well, I mean, I am married, but do I look like I have kids, or are you just?
Well,
Are you
you
just
wear a
putting
ring.
these
That
in-
does help.
I mean, if
Okay,
it's a
that's true.
competition, you're
That's
probably
fair.
the front runner.
I have the wedding ring. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure that being married counts as next of kin as well. So that
I mean, Wolfgang, I guess you're wearing your uniform. I don't know. Do you not that it's any of my business, but as long as we're on the subject, do clerics in your faith take an oath of celibacy, or is that
no, or at least I didn't. But I'm also not married.
Would you say it was redundant?
No comment. And what of you, Sanctum? I'm not quite familiar with the customs of the Strig people.
Well, let's just say I've got plenty of my own life to live, and I'm not looking to look after another right now.
Yeah, I imagine having kids would be quite a handful, and I think you'd struggle with that.
You're proud of that, aren't you?
A little. Now, I do feel like at some point we should maybe bring up Avark. I couldn't help but notice, as Celestia wrote at least, your pact is with our friend Valkraxis himself, correct?
She fights off a sheepish expression from forming on her face as she heals herself, straightens up her shoulders, and says, "Yes, yes, it is."
That might limit our options in the future.
I feel like maybe we should clarify what our options are now. I can't blame you for not maybe telling us, but on the other hand,
Well, nobody asked.
fair enough. Can't blame you for that. What exactly is your relationship with him, and maybe are there any specifics of your pact that we should be aware of? For instance, we, as a group, of course, stumbled upon certain. He's going to look around, realizing we're still in kind of public place, and then whisper in everyone's mind, library, as we discussed earlier. And that's something he'd be interested in learning about, to be sure. But it's something that we haven't told. Is that an issue on your end?
For the moment, no. If he were to learn about it and ask directly, I wouldn't lie. I think I value my life expectancy a little too much to lie to him outright. But it is transactional. He can use my services and, well, certainly use the power that he grants me access to. Taught me.
As the one of us who presumably is the most familiar with Velcraxus, then, can I ask what your overall impression is of your patron? Is he somebody that we should fear or not, like, think highly of? Or is he someone that has just provided you with, as you've demonstrated, quite a lot of power without much in return?
I don't know if I'd say without much in return. You remember what he said? If I break the pact, suffer consequences. And I have no desire to have my mind destroyed like that.
Are those consequences a factor of the pact being broken, or something separate from the pact that the pact itself is shielding you from?
From the pact being broken, the heavily binding contract. No, I didn't agree to that pact because I needed protection from something more. Well, after everything that happened, it was the only route I saw forward.
How long have you been in Velcraxus' service?
Not that long. It was about, well, a year or so ago that I actually completed the ritual that led me to him. It took me far longer than that to even work out what that ritual was. My father is a very paranoid man, rightfully so, and cracking his code took a long time. But once I received that letter from him, the same one you all got, that was, I would say, the start of the working relationship in earnest. Took me a while
Right.
to report.
Can I ask, and feel free not to answer, but how did you come to find him as a patron?
Well, as I said, my father is a paranoid man with lots of secrets, including lots of ways to reach out to forces that, well, to be plain, should be feared. So, is going to turn into something of a longer story. I've
We've got
told you
time
before
if you
that
want to tell it. If sorry, go on.
I've told you before that I come from just outside the Shadow Shaddai, and that is true. I don't know if that's where I was born, but that's where I lived when I had my first memories. That's where I lived most recently. But between that, until about 7 years ago, we were living in Shu. And that, Ebony, is why I've been a little curious as to which zealots it is that destroyed your family. Because have
Which
any of you been
zealots?
there?
Have I been to Shu? No.
Because in my case, it was the Joso Zai. They fear the magic they can't control. They try to suppress it. And, well, my family is adept at it. So when they found out what my parents were up to, they came for us. We were forced to flee, burn down the mansion, and all of its secrets. But I happened to escape with a few of my father's notes. And those notes included the ritual I spent years decoding. When I finally put it into practice, I had a dream. That dream, where I first saw Valcraxis, where he made his offer to me. I convinced him that I was worth the investment. My family and I all went to ground, separate places, hide. I haven't seen any of them since. I hope they're still alive, though.
For you too.
I appreciate your answering all this. And there's something I do want to say to all of you as a group. I don't begrudge anybody their secrets, so they're things they want to keep for their own safety. But I do think, for the sake of this group as a whole, if we're going to trust each other to work together, which I do to some extent, I appreciate all of your abilities in combat. I appreciate your abilities as we work together to move through the city. But if we're going to continue on this journey, I think any secrets that might put us as a whole in danger, I would appreciate it to be revealed rather than hidden. Your patron, as it were, I think is relevant information that could be dangerous to all of us and would be something I'd appreciate knowing. Hearing that from his lips and not yours is something that does give me some hesitation in terms of what else you could be hiding.
If you were in my position, is that something you would have revealed within a few days of meeting a group of strangers?
Immediately? Definitely not. Once we start maybe working under that employer and meeting other people, if you had no intention of immediately telling him all the experiences we're going through, I think it's something that would be good to share, because I guess it depends. Who would you rather trust you the most, Valcraxis or us?
Would I rather trust me the most?
I mean,
However
I
you'd like
wouldn't
to
blame
phrase it.
her. I wouldn't blame her if the answer to that question was Valcraxis.
Which
No,
one
completely
poses a
understandable.
greater threat?
Completely understandable. But at the end of the day, if we know exactly that everything will be reported there, it's something we'll have to take into account based on what we do going forwards.
I want to be better for your
Well,
sake too, if you know less.
It does complicate things though, because we now have a better understanding of how Valcraxis handles his let's call it his in-house management strategy. We know that Valcraxis likes to pit people working for him against each other as a sort of in-house competition.
He's got a competitive work environment, some might say.
That's a good way of phrasing it.
On that subject,
My parents would dispute that.
I do believe maybe a good course moving forwards would be to find out who these other agents are that are working for the same goal. Rather than wait for them to come to us, I'd like to have a sense for who they are, and maybe we go to them first. I think at the very least their identities is the first thing we need to find out, because I don't want to be looking over our shoulder the whole time. Did you all make sure you weren't followed anywhere you've been going since we learned this information?
Arthur does
I
not
wouldn't
answer that question.
say I wouldn't say we've done a particularly good job of looking over our shoulders, no.
That seems like a job for like the rogue in the group.
Well, sure would have been nice if you had waited for the road before going out, but here we are.
You volunteered to stay behind canonically because you didn't want to drag Celestia.
Playing both sides of the field.
That's true. That's so valid. That's so valid. I'm trying to get such of exactly what the timing was.
I can't believe you
Also-
went with me after I said I'm not going out.
I do hope you all know I'm just playing the hard ass here. I love that you all went out. But
It's so funny though. Like, what does bro mean?
he can be grumpy about everything. My point is, I think more information is better, and I think we should be careful about who to trust and where we go until we at least know who else we're dealing with. It could be literally anybody we've encountered in the city at this point.
Do you have
If
any
they're following
suggestions on
us-
how we? After you, Averica.
Even if someone's following us, we may just have to take notice rather than act immediately on it. But it would be good to know. Yes, I agree with that.
Agreed. Not saying we need to immediately, jump anyone who's following us, but just knowing who it is could make a big difference. As for how we do it, I mean, just keeping an eye out where we go to see who's following us is the first step. Looking into anyone who's been looking into us is something we could do as well. We don't want to do too much of that, of course, because then it makes other people think about us as well. Fletcher, if Melody is willing, I think she could be a great asset here in terms of finding out who's been looking into us or who's been looking into the book itself as well. So rather than have her go around and ask about the book, could have her go around and ask for people who have been looking into things like rare literature. I think we have a lot of options, but I think
So-
even the most basic step would be a good thing to do.
Doesn't Linnea know how to scry? I picked that up when her failures were being discussed by Valcraxis.
Well, I believe Linnea also knows who the other individuals are, but I don't think was willing to tell us at the time. Am I right about that? Or, again, it's just what Celestia let me know.
Yes, that's true. I'm just mentioning it because the things that we're thinking about have to do with surveillance, so I don't know, maybe Linnea won't give us the information now, but could be an option to ask her about scrying. We know she's capable of it as much as she wants to brush past the failures that Valcraxis brought up.
I think that's a good point.
As for Melody, as far as I'm concerned, we're neck deep in something terrifying, and the best place for Melody to be is out of it. She's a strong woman, and she'll be fine on her own, but she doesn't have the level of martial training that I do, and I don't think the simple magic that she knows will keep her especially safe if the cult comes after her, or if the other Valcraxis hit squads come after her. Look, she's her own woman. If you want to approach her and ask her to do something, be my guest. I've never told her what she can or can't do, and I'm not gonna start now. But I think the safest place for Melody to be is off the front lines, and I think that her going out to gather information on our behalf would put a target on her back. And she's another civilian that we would need to look after. And I think that if the enemy took notice of her, the odds that she would be kidnapped or killed are not zero.
I think that's a valid concern, of course, and I'd expect it. I may still approach her and let her know, maybe not the general strokes, unless you have shared those with her, but just an idea of what information could be handy if she hears anything. The one point I'll say in terms of her safety is I believe Valcraxis promised her safety here in the city while you're working for him, which I believe that will be a great deterrent in terms of the vast majority of parties targeting her. She may actually be one of the most useful people for getting information in that case.
That is reasonable. But when he made that promise, I'll have to think about what you said.
Oh,
You're right. He did say that. And I
If
I don't know how
if we're not
Valpaxis would feel if we intentionally put her in harmful situations to, take advantage of his protection.
To be clear, I'm not trying to put her in harmful situations, but I'm saying I think it offsets some of the dangers that we might be worried about if anybody else was going to wander out alone. I still don't think we should have her asking certain questions or going to certain places, but just even simple information could be useful.
What was it, Wolfgang?
I was going to say that if we're worried about the dangers of somebody going out on their own, or about what gets back around if they're poking around in places they might not be, Rem, you might actually be the one that could be the safest at accomplishing that, given you're the only one that I know that can, at a moment's notice, disappear to somewhere that nobody can find you. That if we find a way that we can
I'm very
put
willing to
you
go out and
sleep
try and do
almost.
some information, but yeah, that's the danger. I can't really control when I do or don't vanish.
Yeah.
Have you tried
No,
a lullaby?
We could do that.
Not
or
yet.
find some sort of
Some
potion
warm
of
milk, perhaps.
What if I just
sleep.
learn the sleep spell?
Yeah.
Well, then
that
you'd have to
alone.
follow me around with the sleep spell, I imagine.
Well, I already follow you around 90% of the time anyways.
Yes, but at that point, then we're all in it together anyway. I wouldn't want to leave you alone.
I wonder if we could look into some kind of powerful sleeping draft. The kind of thing that would knock a person out in a matter of seconds. That might
Almost
be
like a. Have you tried roofing yourself?
Fine question.
I don't think it's
I've
quite
been
the
I've been a
same.
tad busy at this point. Don't think I've gotten around to that at the moment.
Well, it's first for everything.
So,
You do when you all go out tonight.
sorry if I'm being a little nosy, Fletcher, but is she a sorcerer of some kind? You talked about the spells that she casts or something. Or she learned like me.
He's dabbled in a little bit of magic. I would call it innate talent, rather
Interesting.
than learned talent. I'm not especially. I don't fully know the difference between a sorcerer and a wizard, but she never went to magic school. She she chose to focus on other aspects of life. And
Interesting.
so I've taught her some of the runecraft I know. So she helps me weave runes into my cloak before combat. Um, but and then she honed her magic a little bit to help defend herself when we were living in the wild. Um, you're welcome to ask her if you like. I'm afraid I don't know much about it.
No, that's all right. I just was curious. I don't need to know all the details.
So, what's our next move? We could go straight back to the library and look for the book that was recommended to us. We could try and seek out other people on that list of names who might know something. I mean, we got one lead from the first one. We do know that we can go back into the library and get in unassisted, or at least Averica can. Or it's also possible that the book that we are looking for was already checked out by one of the other people, but I guess we wouldn't have a way of knowing that without going there ourselves.
I am somewhat interested in going back to the library. But that's also because if we can go back in secret, I'd love to take a look at that black orb that supposedly tried to connect to that old necromancer. I feel like that could be an interesting source of information if, for some reason, we could find a way to get that working again, or even just to tap into it.
Well, you magicians are the brains. I'm just the hired muscle. I'll accompany you wherever you want to go, but I'm not much good at the talking part or the reading part. So,
Also, to be fair, I don't think. Do any of you even want to go out right now? It is evening, and you seem to have had a full day.
I'm tired.
I think we
If
call
I go
it.
to the
I think we
library, it'd be
definitely.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we're definitely calling it a night, regardless. But, well,
Ideal time to read, if you ask me, but the morning's fine.
definitely an ideal time to read, but not to go to creepy libraries. I think.
I think it's fun to go to creepy libraries at night. It's fun to go to the graveyard at night.
That's 2 votes to go to the library at 3 a.m.
But I'm just tired, so it's
That's
not really
3
about
a.m.
whether it's night or
Isn't
not.
Isn't it like 7 o'clock? You were supposed to stay up for seven
Yes.
more hours.
Well, I
And
was
then-
hoping to be a bit
and
more
then go to the
woken up.
library.
Well, I'm wide awake. I'm happy to hit the library.
I mean, we could go now. It's I mean, there's one thing in particular. We haven't fought anybody today, so our combat strength is still full if we need it. Otherwise,
You don't think we're gonna fight someone in the library?
I mean,
You never know.
I think we should be prepared to fight somebody at any time outside of
that's
this
true.
building.
I guess the library could be a place for a brawl to break out.
If anybody else, we know that the library, the host of the library is, well, let's just say he doesn't know as much about us as, well, you know. And we also know that there's another team with the same goal as us, and things might turn violent. And
Oh, if they're
there's
at the
this cult
library
of the
too, then we
bleak.
can knock them all out and steal all their equipment, like Linnea said. That'd be fun.
Well, exactly. We should be ready. We should be ready for combat. Yes. I'm
On that
ready
topic-
to go now if you want to. Otherwise,
Before we decide whether we
Okay.
want to go anywhere, on all the items we were given, did we spread those amongst our group as of yet? I believe there's some items that we maybe haven't. I think it would be a good idea to make sure everything's in use before we go somewhere where we could get jumped.
somebody took the sepulchral anchor is still in the party inventory. Somebody has removed the other one, and I'm guessing they are
Oh,
attuned
whoops! I
to it.
removed the
don't-
anchor. It didn't remove from the party inventory. Let me do that.
Or you have the anchor. Yeah, we got the lumen reliquary and the sepulchral anchor. It sounds like
In my
Ebony has the
inventory.
anchor. Does somebody have the reliquary?
I'm currently attuned to it.
Okay, good. Nobody else fights with a long sword, right?
Celestia
I
can,
did take the
but
okay.
at the moment she's not here anyway. But I will ask, if you're going to use that and not the dagger, that could be handy for me to have in case we come up on more undead at some point.
Definitely. I will hand over the corpse slayer. I'll put the corpse slayer back in the party inventory. I just I've got 2 swords on my belt right now. And I'll use whichever one is most effective at any given time. I'm happy to carry around. I mean, I've got the muscle for it. I'm happy to just carry around all the swords. But yes, having the corpse slaying dagger on somebody else is very reasonable.
Happy to take that. And at some point, if Celestia is awake, she may ask to borrow one of the swords if you're not using both. But I know she's
No
also
worries.
holding a club that can help heal people. That's all I know mostly about that.
Well, no reason she can't have both. The Ice Steel Longsword does not require attunement, so that's easily handed over at a moment's notice. I'll keep the the long sword of hunger. I think the extra vitality that it gives me on the front lines is quite useful, and it reminds me of someone I know.
They don't sound particularly pleasant.
You'd be surprised. Anyway, are we going out tonight? I've got gas in the tank if we're ready for it. I recommend we make it. It's 7 o'clock. The sun is going to fall pretty soon, and we probably don't want to be walking back that much later after sunset. So if we're going to make a quick trip to the library and check out one book, then
Oh, let's go.
no time like the present.
Well, let's see if that trick gets us in again.
Let's try it.
Very good. You guys head in the direction of the library. As you guys make your way through the city streets, it's pretty non-eventful. People are wrapping their activities up for the day, going about their duties, and essentially finishing up dinner at the various restaurants. The various undead are swarming around you, but don't mess with you. You guys will make your way to the library. As you approach the door, it is sealed. What would you like to do?
Gonna do the same minor illusion that I did earlier of the tattoo as if it were on my arm.
Very well. You've already established you know what this is, so we do not need to roll another check. As you guys will gain entry into the library. As you look around, no one's here at this hour.
Right.
Lit up and search for the book.
Let's make it
Look,
quick. And
let's take a
remember, put everything back. Anything you take off a shelf, put it back immediately.
All right, so let's get investigation checks. And just to be clear, the title of the book you're looking for is...
The persistence of undead.
Okay.
Summoning.
Just confirming. Because
Fletcher's
sometimes...
not going to search and is going to stand by the door.
Sure,
and keep
sometimes
watch.
you guys say the book, and I would just want to make sure that's the book you're
The
looking
book.
for.
The book.
Cool. So, Averica has determined that the book does not exist. Ram, you were unable to find the book. Ebony, you are able to find the book. It's a black tome with silver lettering on its spine. It's on a shelf with a couple other books dedicated to skeletonizing things and preserving them in taxidermy. What would you like to do?
Ebony will say, I found the book if you all want to gather around.
All right.
Think them,
Let's take a look.
Looking over your shoulder.
And Ebony's going to open up the book, start looking at it.
Cool. As you look through it, it's a pretty extensive book. The book is bound in cracked black leather stitched with silver wire, and it's one of the most infamous necromantic treatises ever penned. It's got a preface signed only as the one who refused farewell. It's unusually heavy, weighing nearly 15 pounds. It's got a few hundred pages, but the ink in here is lead-based. The cover on it appears to be a tree whose roots grow upwards while its branches descend into the earth. There are silver letters that move beneath the leather when viewed from the corner of one's eye. Big aspect of this that you're going to want is the fact that death is a door closed by cowards and feared by fools. The priest beseeches the dead to rest. The king commands the living to labor, yet neither asks the dead themselves might willingly continue their work. An undead servant sustained solely by magical force is little more than an animated puppet. Such creations require constant guidance, energy, and constant maintenance. This is wasteful. A farmer does not carry a plow upon his back. He harnesses the strength already present within the ox. Likewise, shall the wise necromancer bind purpose itself. Grant the corpse a task. Grant the spirit a reason, and grant the flesh remembrance. Then neither sleep, nor hunger, nor age shall interrupt its labor. Persistence is superior to power. In order to maintain an undead, allow it to maintain itself as part of your commands.
Interesting.
Well, this is all well and good, but does it get us? Does it help us with our objective?
I'm not sure it actually gets us any closer to what we were looking for, but it is useful information. For me, at least.
The name or title, an epithet. One to file away for later, perhaps.
Indeed.
But I assume doesn't seem like there's much about hidden lairs or secret catacombs or whatever else we're looking for. Just a bunch of proverbs about how to manage the undead, I suppose.
Well, while we're here, would people like to go check out that orb? See if we can at least take a look at it, if not mess with it too much right now.
This book counts for the wizards in the party as the scroll Create Undead, Raise Dead, Speak with Dead, Summon Undead, Toll the Dead, and Animate Dead.
As in, like, you could copy those spells.
You could
into your
copy those
spellbook
spells from this spell book, yes.
Could you put that list in the chat? Just so I have
Sure.
it?
We will
That's
add-
fire.
Yeah. So
I'll definitely come back to this book.
I'm happy to go take a look at the orb with you, Ren.
just spell everything right here. Good. And those are the spells in the book.
A lot of spells.
Cool.
Ebony, would it be worth your time to get started on one of these? And the rest of us can continue our search.
I'm not really capable of actually casting any of these spells yet, so I can't really.
Well,
I don't really fully
yet, but
understand
you've gotta start somewhere. Oh wait, do you have to be able to cast a spell to copy it into your spellbook?
Yes.
Is that like a wizard rule? Oh, darn. Well, you already have Toll the Dead.
Toll the Dead's a cantrip.
Okay.
All these other spells are third level
Yeah.
or higher. Also,
Got
Raise
it.
Dead.
Lucky.
Raise Dead, I'm never allowed to put on my spellbook because it's actually not on my spell list. That would be cool if I could somehow get it on my spell list.
Well, we can always come back once we're level 5.
Yeah.
And for the purpose of roleplay, if you want to stay and start and study these spells as part of your journey towards level 5,
I'm sure he
think
would.
that's
I'm sure he
also-
would sit there and study them for a bit. Yes, but maybe not actually put them in his spellbook. He's gonna be definitely
we know where
pouring through
to-
the pages.
we know where to find them if you want to save a known spell on level up.
Yeah.
At some point.
But yeah, Ebony's just gonna say, I'm just gonna keep looking through this book for now, just because it's interesting to me. But you guys can try to look for if there's any more clues around here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and check out that orb, the black orb supposedly connected to Osteomancer Kefren, I believe it was,
Mm-hmm.
which is broken and probably is not gonna work. But I'd like to go
Sure.
check out the area around it for traps first before I
Of
try
course.
and do anything with it.
Let's roll your perception check, trying to find any traps to notice them. With a 7, you do not notice any traps. The place is
Wow.
untrapped. You're
Time to
good.
send it.
It's like the third week in a row of really bad rolls, but you know, the dice have a story.
They do.
Sometimes.
Great. I'm going to approach the orb, and
Nothing bad will happen.
You
surely nothing
you
bad
want
will
to
happen.
try to? We can try to identify it before you touch it if you'd like.
Well, do you have to touch it to identify it?
No, not always.
Oh, well, if not, I'd say go for it.
So I'm going to
Before you do
cast-
anything, I'm gonna cast Silas Hinder's Fate.
It seems
Smart thinking. I'm going to cast Identify on the orb, Eric, but I'm going to use a sorcery point and distance spell so that I don't have to touch it.
Very well. Cool. And you did buy the pearl, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a arcane focus. It is also a communication device similar to a sending stone. However, it is broken and currently non-functional. For the meta aspect of this will come into play later in the campaign.
A surprise tool.
Gotcha. And I'll relay everything that Eric said, obviously, to everybody.
Makes sense. Yeah, no one here knows anything about repairing ancient magical artifacts, I suppose.
I think if any of us did, it would be.
Sanctum.
Sanctum, maybe.
Yeah.
I feel like it's beyond his power.
That or he turned into something else, either useful or not, but
Sanctum is like reorganizing shelves in the library, almost out of habit.
don't Sanctum, leave things where they are.
But they were incorrect.
Maybe it was correctly incorrect. Well,
So you're trying to get brownie points from whatever ghost runs this place.
I'm getting brownie points with the universe.
I mean, considering how much time we're spending here, it's not a terrible idea.
What is it you're all looking at me for?
You know, nothing. Not yet, anyways.
I know
You
many
look-
things.
Busy. Do we want him to mess with us yet? I'm just
probably
around.
not. No, probably not. No, certainly not.
You're whispering, but you're still looking at me. I hear it.
No, you know.
I'm gonna message into Sanctum's mind. You're not hearing anything.
Sanctum's body is looking at you, but he does an owl head turn where he just looks back at the wall, at the shelf, and then his body just like delays a turn back.
All right, I vote we leave this here. I'm gonna continue whispering, despite the fact that I could whisper into Wolfgang's mind.
I think that's a great idea. Maybe once we see a few more of his contraptions at work, we'll tell him about this.
Let's break a few other things, see if he can fix those, and then work our way up to this one.
I love this.
That is a great idea. Maybe we can start with like a plate back at the tavern.
Yeah, or like a small cup. What's smaller than that? Maybe like a pencil.
A big cup.
A big cup. Wait, no, we'll work our way there. When did you get here?
I had to say it.
No, of course. Right. Well, anyone else have anything they want now, or should we start heading out of here?
to you.
I think I'm good
If
to
you
go.
think, unless, hang on, I have an idea. I have one more idea. The old librarian, Malric Voss, he showed us a list of visitors. Is there, can we look for that list based on where he was when he showed it to us?
Sure.
I'm wondering if it's just laying around, maybe in a drawer somewhere, and we can see if anybody else has been here in the last, I don't know, 8 hours.
Cool.
That's a great idea.
So you go to check the guest book, and
Mhm.
as you check the guest book, there is a name on it. Let me grab who that is. Because I forgot. The name is Nethra. Nethra has been here.
Just Nethra.
Yep.
Are all of our names listed on there?
No.
Okay. So we know somebody's been here, but it could be more than one, given
Correct.
not everybody's logged.
You see that the time that he signed in for all of you.
Okay.
He did not
We
put all
should
your
give
names,
this-
he put his.
We should give this list to Linnea and ask her if she recognizes any of the names, including this Nethra person.
We
Now
should
that
definitely be careful and not tell her, of course, where we got it. But
we could just say it's a library, I think. And
I wouldn't
is
even
there
say that
anything-
much. If she's
is there
heard anything
anything-
about this library, it could be bad, because then she'd know that we probably found it.
Is there anything? I guess there's the door will only open if you have the bleak reclamation symbol, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, is it? I know that we are supposed to. We've been ordered to execute clerics of, oh God, what's Imkale? But and while we certainly have clashed swords with the bleak reclamation cult, sneaking into a library doesn't. I'll follow your lead, because once we tell her, we can't untell her. But
My thought is, Elric Voss has told us that if they knew he was here, he would be killed. And not to mention, he's mentioned that they've, I believe, been searching for this library, or if they knew it existed, would seek to destroy it. So my worry is, if they know there is a library out there, or they've heard whispers of it, they see this list and they hear that we got it from a library, then that will be enough for them to know that we know where it is. In which case, there's certain members here who would be obligated to tell them if they ask us directly.
I'm hesitant to play both sides right now, but if you think we can ask Linnea about the other names on this list, we could just say it's a list of necromancers or people interested in necromancy that we've compiled.
Just tell her that it's a list of names we found after a night clubbing that could lead to clues.
I feel like the initial idea was better.
Sanctum has magically tinkered with a book that he found. You know how like you go to Barnes and Noble and there's like the little note card that's like people like write like the librarian's choice where they sort of describe the book.
Yep.
Sanctum is modified. He found like this book of forbidden magical fireworks, and he sort of left a verbal review on it, calling the author a conjurer of cheap tricks, and that he recommends another author likely in the library instead. And like if anyone pulls out the book, they'll just hear Sanctum say this effectively from the book. That's it. There's no bearing on
Just leaving bad reviews.
That's just what Sanctum's
For trolling. God damn
It's
it.
called curation.
Who made you the curator though?
So it's about Fladnag the Grey, right?
Everyone's a curator.
Well, yeah.
You just choose to use it.
I'll make sure to leave random magical reviews on all the books I touch then. Sure that won't piss off the ghost in here.
Well, given the dust on these books, they don't seem to be engaging much with the material.
Make a good point. So, have we decided how we're gonna break the news to Linnea?
I think we could just ask her about. We could just say that we've put together a list of necromancers to talk to, and ask if she's heard of any of them before. I think the less we say, the better. Just say that in our looking around, we've compiled a list of names from talking to people, and we've already met Bailiff Boneharp, but maybe Linnea has heard of some of the other names.
I think that sounds good. Before we leave, is there anything else? If she hasn't heard of any of the names, is there anything else in here that would be a clue we'd want to look for? Or are we good to head back?
You guys would know more than I do. It's a good question. Hang on. My notes are not clear. Valeth Boneharp. No, this was probably just poor word choice. My notes say that Valeth Boneharp told us to check out the persistence of undead summoning. Did she actually tell us to check it out? Or did she just mean go look at it? She probably just meant go look at it, and I chose my words poorly when I wrote down what we did at the boneyard. But
I think that is actually an important distinction that she could have meant, but I don't believe that we can check books out given we don't have the symbol, correct?
I actually don't know what the process is for
Yeah, I don't know that we've tried.
for checking out a book. I don't know if we need to talk to somebody or if we need to write it down somewhere. Given the supposed curse that happens if you mess with the books here, I'd be personally hesitant to try and check out any of the books without actually consulting a librarian. We could try and come back and meet Malric Voss during the day sometime. I would be hesitant to just take anything from the library without asking or writing it down somewhere.
I think that's smart, in which case I'm okay to head back.
Cool. Ready to depart?
Was a productive evening.
Let's get going.
Let's
I'm
head back.
tired.
Before we fully leave here,
Yep. Going back.
Fletcher, would you be willing to carry Celestia back and make sure she's safe? I'd like to maybe follow the group a little bit behind just to be sure there's no one tailing us right now.
I think that's a wonderful idea. All right, up you go. And Fletcher will take Celestia and throw her over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
Please do be
I need
careful with her.
I need a this would be a wisdom saving throw for Celestia.
A wisdom saving throw for Celestia. Okay.
Yeah, she stays asleep. She's good.
That would have been so funny. That would have been so good.
It's so good. Nope, she's asleep. She's fine. She's fine.
Yeah,
But
I imagine she's quite used to being dragged around. Don't worry, she's in good hands.
As someone who has done
Right.
many road trips with many young people, sometimes you got to carry them to the car when you leave super early. If you do, it's rough. They wake up.
She's been awake for 24 hours, has a sleeping curse. This time she's asleep.
This time
But
she's very
Rem
asleep.
definitely cringes.
It was fun to do the check. All right. So, as you
Oh,
guys make your way out into the night.
Before we exit, I'm gonna cast invisibility on Rem.
Oh, great. I will also cast Veil of Dusk on myself and then stealth out afterwards.
Okay,
when you
so
all
invisibility on yourself, Averica, you said?
No, invisibility on Rem.
On Rem. Ooh. Okay. And Veil of Dusk, you incant towards a creature, cloaking them in shadowy veil of darkness and silence. Very good. Cool.
Great.
Awesome. So as you guys leave, can I get a stealth check? There it is. Thank you. That's a 28 stealth. Wow.
Just 27. It's just advantage for stealth checks.
Are we all
Oh,
rolling
well,
stealth checks?
No, just Rem. Because he's being sneaky.
Yeah, fair.
Cool. As you guys leave the library, you're being very perceptive. You wanted to be perceptive as you made your way outwards, Rem? Following the party?
Yeah, following them behind to see if anyone's following or anything like that.
Cool.
So,
with an 18, no one seems to be following the party at this moment. As you make your way through town, it appears that you not only entered the library secretly, but have exited it as well. Your journey towards the Dark Oak Inn is uneventful, dark, and slower than you normally would expect, and the streets do look stranger at night. You'll see ghosts walking the streets. The vampire goths are definitely out in force, and the cliques of these creatures will watch you guys pass hungrily. But you are not accosted, and will make your way safely to the Dark Oak Inn. By the time you guys get back here, it will be 10 p.m.
nothing that I saw in the back. We seem to be all clear.
All right. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Thanks for keeping an eye out.
And thank you for taking care of Celestia. I do
My
appreciate
pleasure.
it. It's a little hard to
I don't
sneak with her on my back.
I don't think she woke up. I think I heard her mumble in her sleep a couple times, but I couldn't really hear it through the bag.
I can confidently tell you she did not wake up.
Yeah, I guess you would. All right. Well, I'll hand Sleeping Beauty back to Rem, and then should we call it a night?
I'm pretty tired.
All right. Well, rest up, everybody. We got another busy day ahead of us.
So we will take you guys up to your bedrooms. And I will ask, because this party likes to do things before they go to bed, is there anything you'd like to do before going to sleep?
I actually would like to approach each party member individually
Sure.
and ask them if they would like to set up either a code word or sign for me making mental connection with them so that they can speak to me telepathically without anybody else overhearing.
All right. So we're going
I will nominate Sanctum to choose one for all of us, because that seems like his kind of deal.
To be fair, I'm actually going to go to everyone individually so that they have the option of doing it without the other people in the party necessarily knowing.
Yeah, fair.
All right. So who would you
You're
approach
saying-
first?
For us to give you a signal.
Yes, you get, because I can speak to into anyone's head whenever I want, as long as you're in range. But you guys can't speak back to me unless I basically form the connection. So I'm giving everyone the chance to give me some sort of signal. So if at any point they want to start telling me things mentally, they can.
So just to be clear, this is very similar to a grung nod, correct?
is exactly the grung nod.
What's funny is I think what Sanctum would tell you wouldn't be biologically possible by most of the party, which is that he, if you look at him, like he would aim one, I guess like, like those eyebrows that owls have?
Yep.
You would sort of like twist one forward towards you and then the other backwards. Sort of like an eye, like a scowl that sort of like indicates like start a tether.
Excellent. That's all I need there, and I'll connect with you if you do that to me at any point. I'll go down the line. Let's go to Ebony next. Ebony, do you have any signal you would like? Also, people are welcome to share this with the group as a whole, but I'm giving all of the individuals an option to make their own signal.
Ebony. Probably the signal that he would do would be like kind of twisting his left whisker.
Got twisting left whisker. Varka.
I would say if I part my hair in order to rub the tip of my ear, or if I mention my old friend Victoria.
Old friend Victoria and rubbing tip of your ear. Great. Fletcher.
I'll comment on the weather. I'll say I wonder if it ever rains here, or something to that effect.
Some sort of ponderance about the weather generally relating to rain, or any other
Yes.
specifics?
No, that's we'll stick to that for now.
Not an issue. If I connect and it wasn't intentional, that's not also a big deal. Should be totally fine.
Fair enough.
Learn my lesson of being too broad with the signals. So, trying to pull it the total opposite direction now.
I want to be clear, that was my
Broad
favorite bit of all time.
Oh, I loved it, to be clear.
And Wolfgang, what signal are you going to choose?
I'll tell you, but then I'll also tell everybody that if a lantern that I carry around, if I make eye contact with you and tap the bottom of it, that's kind of like, I need to tell you something, but I don't feel comfortable saying it either out loud or in front of whoever we're around.
Perfect. That's a great one. All right. I have those all written down. I will do my very best to remember them. It'll be great, because if I forget at any point, that just means the character forgot.
Very good. Is there anything else you guys want to do before going to bed tonight?
Fletcher is going to have a conversation with Melody
Very good.
about today's events. And specifically, he's going to tell Melody that someone in the party has suggested asking you, excuse me, to run
You're getting a
information
cold.
gathering.
Really shouldn't stay out
errands.
that late.
Fletcher's not getting a cold because he has a hardy constitution. Walker unfortunately had bronchitis about a month ago, and so my asthma is going to be bad for about the next 5 months.
Ouch.
But what can you do? It's someone in the party has suggested asking you to run errands for us, scouting missions, finding information, that kind of thing. I'm not sure. I don't know. I just wanted to pass it along. Valcraxis had said that you would be safe as long as we remain in his employ, but I I would be hesitant to test the limits of that. To test the limits of that generosity. I think that the group going out together, we're quite strong and we have each other's backs. But I think any one person going it alone, whether it's you or me or anybody else, I'd be a bit worried about that. So if you want to get involved with the job, don't let me stop you. But I'm not going to accept any volunteering on your behalf by other. I won't accept other party members volunteering you for tasks without consulting you first.
Well,
The
it would
other
give you
thing
a
I wanted to
purpose.
say, it would, but I mean, you could just live your life. I mean, we have
Staying
have
here isn't
money.
living life.
We could get you a liar. We have enough money. Oh, that reminds me. I do think you should look after the money, in case something happens to me. I'll at least give you some of it in case it becomes necessary. I think with Valcraxis's protection, Fletcher's going to hand over 100 gold for safekeeping to Melody, and
Very well.
that puts her up to I think 150. And then we could get you we could go out and get you a lyre, and you could start teaching music again or performing in taverns. I mean, you could start. I mean, we're living in a tavern. It's might not be very.
You noticed
how many
there have been
strangers have
none.
none?
There have been
Okay.
nobody else has come in this tavern. This tavern, it seems like a private place. The only people that have been
Indeed.
here are the two girls, Linnea, and the party.
Julia.
No maintenance people, no strangers walking in for a pint. Nobody. They're not
That
doing
checks
business.
That definitely checks out. I had suspected that maybe the entire establishment had been rented out, or maybe Valcraxis just owns it. I don't know. But anyway, that briefly, I also think we should tell the party about your, I hesitate to call it a condition, about you being a vampire. I don't think they'll judge either of us for it. And we learned today that Averica is actually a patron, or is actually a warlock with Valcraxis as her patron. Apparently, according to her, she met Valcraxis in a dream very shortly before being introduced to all of us. But given that she has another connection to Valcraxis, we know that Valcraxis knows that you're a vampire because of comments that Linnea has made, and because Valcraxis addressed me directly during our conversation with him. He didn't use the word vampire, but it's very obvious what he meant. I think we should tell the party. I almost did earlier, when Rem asked the party very bluntly, if anybody has any secrets, now this is the time to share them. But you and I made a promise a long time ago that we would never tell anyone without talking to each other first. And at this point, if we're going to continue to work with this group of people, I think it's only a matter of time before they find out. It's possible Averica knows already if Valcraxis has told her, and she could let that slip at any time. Linnea has kept our secret for whatever reason, but I think it would be wise to consider telling the party. I can do it, or you can do it, or if you want to, I'll keep your secret. I'll keep your secret until my last breath. But I think that if we want to keep the trust of the rest of the party, I think now would be a good time to let the mask down. What do you think?
I think it's best that you tell them without me present, just in
Okay.
case someone goes all feral on me.
Okay. Of course.
Last thing we need is someone to be all vampires and leap at me with a stake. I don't feel like killing someone, Fletcher.
Yeah, me neither. I like this group, and I think that once we get all the secrets out, I think we're getting along quite well. And I don't know how long we'll all be in Valcraxis's employ together. So yes, I think it makes sense for you to not be there, just in case we need to talk somebody down. Ebony did ask about your um, Ebony did ask about your magic. I gave him the usual runaround. Oh, she was born with it, but she hasn't spent much time focusing on it. She prefers other more worldly pursuits like music. I didn't. I would probably tell him that was a lie and that it comes from your vampirism. But I think if we're going to do it tomorrow morning is the best time.
You always just tell him that it's Mageline. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Mageline.
I should have. I'll remember that for next time. Next time
smiles at
somebody
you.
asks. All right.
No need to tell them about my magic spells or skills, but you can tell them that I'm a vampirist. And that I mean them no harm, unless they hurt you. In which case, I'll tear their throats out.
I believe you would, love. And that's all that Fletcher wanted to talk about tonight.
Yep. And we'll just fade to black on the bedroom there.
Sounds good. Melody did fast last night, so Fletcher is going to encourage Melody to drink his blood
Very well.
tonight so that she doesn't go 2 days in a row without eating, which is the usual arrangement, is 1 day off, 1 day on. So we'll go ahead and display that.
Cool.
And then, oops, that was the wrong thing, but it's fine. So the two, I meant to roll the, am I not? If I do that, will that, there we go. Okay, so that's extremely, oh wait, 1d6, no, it's 2d6. Oh no, that's bait and switch. Hang on. Where's the damn button? There it is, okay. And then the con save is Constitution saving throw. Ooh, we fail one, so Fletcher's gonna be fatigued tomorrow.
Very good. As you gain a level of exhaustion.
It's the penalty for failing is -1 to attack rolls and ability checks.
Cool.
So, cool.
All right. Cool. Well,
And we concluded day 11, so we're into day 12.
awesome. Anybody else want to do anything before sleep? No. Okay.
Yeah.
Then over the span of the next 8 hours, you guys can get a long rest and wake up at 6 a.m. Like monsters.
Good. Monsters. Whoa. So rude.
I like to sleep till 8 a.m., guys, just for the record.
I sleep till like
I've
8:40.
never believed that AM has the hour 6. Like it just skips from like 3 to 9.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, as you guys wake up in the morning, Rem, as usual, your bed has been turned into a shambles. And Celestia has starfished herself across the bed.
He'll do his classic sigh and start straightening up the room. Just thinking to himself that one of these days she's going to have to clean all this up because he's getting real sick and tired of it.
Good training. This is Giga Merrick being a bit of a troll. It's all good. All right, well, you guys come down for breakfast, which has been served. There's a fruit salad and an omelet station has been set up with some breakfast tacos on the side.
Oh, morning, gang. Sorry, I slept terribly last night. I'm gonna be useless today.
Something on your mind?
Oh, you could say I was out of it all night.
So as everyone meets down at the tavern floor, everyone gets breakfast. What's the plan for the day?
Gang, before we go any further, there's something I think that all of you have the right to know. After our conversation yesterday about keeping secrets, I consulted with my wife last night, and I think that I should let you know that, well, we've been keeping a secret of our own. And specifically, we wanted to tell you that Melody is a vampire. And that's the real reason that we left civilization and were living out in the woods for so long.
Oh, thank
And-
goodness.
Really? That's not the reaction I expected.
I thought you were about to tell us that you just you were making a next of kin. That would have really complicated things.
No, we're
I
not.
was sort of thinking that
We're
too.
not- We're not planning on having children anytime soon. I mean, there are unplanned children, but that's up to nature, I suppose. But anyway,
Didn't need to know that.
yes, of course. Never mind. Melody. I just wanted to bring it up because we just wanted to let you know that Melody doesn't mean any of you any harm. Linnea, it's obvious that Linnea knows. It's obvious that Velcraxis knows. And we've decided as a pair that we trust you. We trust you enough to know the secret that we've been keeping. And we think that this is a relatively safe place for her because we've seen vampires walking out and about in the streets, and so clearly they're not as stigmatized here as they might be somewhere else. But if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I do greatly appreciate you letting us know. I do want to ask, has she ever lost control and fed on somebody that
No,
she didn't
so-
intend to?
Melody is not a true vampire that can convert other people to vampires. Melody is what is called a vampire spawn. And while she gets most of her nutrition from blood, Melody, after she became a vampire, it was very important to Melody that she never take blood from somebody who didn't want to give it. And that's why we left. Well, the Melody only drinks my blood. And I've gotten pretty good at weathering it by now. I mean, we could have decided to live in a city, and I mean, some people who bear the vampire's curse, they might choose to feed on tramps or prisoners or other people with low social status who wouldn't be missed by society. But Melody has the greatest heart and the greatest spirit of anybody I've ever known. and that's why I married her. And when she became a vampire, she we she said that she would only feed on people who agreed to it. And so far, the only she's only ever had blood from me. And I have that's actually where the werewolf thing came from. It became pretty obvious early on that one person being perpetually drained of blood was not something that a mortal could withstand. And so I took desperate measures to fortify myself so that Melody would be able to drink my blood safely. It's still not easy. We take turns, one day on, one day off, and she'll go hungry the night before important stuff happens, so that I can be at full strength. And if we think it's going to be quiet, she'll drink my blood several days in a row to regain her strength. And no, she's never lost control. While we were all unconscious, Linnea stepped in and offered Melody goblets of blood to drink from to sustain herself, so that she wouldn't be feeding on me while I was unconscious and possibly near death. We didn't ask any questions about where the blood came from, but knowing Valcraxis and Linnea and the way things work in the city, I find it somewhat unlikely that the blood was sourced ethically. And so now that we're awake again, excuse me, Melody has gone back to feeding on me. I've had a long time to sort of get used to it. I know that somebody in the party is going to offer that if Melody needs to feed and I'm not available, she can feed on one of you. And I'm going to say right now, I don't think that's a good idea. The first time Melody drank my blood, it nearly killed me. And it's taken me a long time to build up the fortitude to be able to withstand these regular blood draws. And but anyway, no, to answer your question, Rem, she's never lost control, and she's never drank the blood of a living person who didn't consent to it. And you have nothing to fear from her. And Ebony, I stretched the truth a bit yesterday when you asked about her magic. Her magic comes from the vampire bite that she received. And to my knowledge, she wasn't actually born with any magic.
Interesting.
But yeah, you and her might benefit from a conversation sometime. Actually, I'm sure you'd find her condition interesting. But she doesn't have the strength of a full vampire, and she shares some of their susceptibilities. Although, based on my observations, not as severe as a true vampire would. She doesn't care for garlic. Being in running water for more than a few seconds is extremely uncomfortable for her, and she prefers not to be in direct sunlight. We've never tested the limits of these things. If she were to die, I doubt she would wake up in a coffin somewhere. She would probably just be dead. But that's everything we know. And
Are you familiar with, or do you know how she was turned, or do you know who her sire is?
That is a good question, and that is lore that has not been established yet. And
Well, I feel if the answer was no, this may be the one place we would learn them.
I think the answer the answer might be yes. I feel like it would be very difficult for Melody to not know, and therefore Fletcher would probably know. But that part of the backstory has not actually been written, and that's kind of open ended right now. Whether we want to write something later or if Eric wants to do something with it, I'll probably just say that.
I'm going to go ahead and
Hmm?
do the wonderful thing that a GM can occasionally flex his arms on and say, "You have homework for next week."
Oh, good. Yeah. Yes. Fletcher and Melody would know the identity of this
Yes.
person, and we have not had any contact with them since Melody
Fled.
and Fletcher
Yeah.
fled. And
To confirm,
even the nature of
Is
what,
it
yeah.
no identity or know what they look like?
I think that she knows the identity of the person and knows what they look like. Or knows what they look like. Either one. I'm cool with either way you want to do it, Walker. Write something
Yeah,
up. We'll abide by it.
We'll have to write that at some point because it's
Sure.
it wasn't even established whether Fletcher and Melody got married first or whether she got bit first.
I'm
think they.
Gonna let you
I
do
don't
that
know.
this week.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, if there's a name, I don't have it right now.
Yeah.
We'll
handle that this week. We'll have the answers for you guys next week. And if you need to punt it over to me, just let me know and we'll do it.
Appreciate it. I'll jot down some ideas.
Cool. But we will do those reveals now and we can actually reveal them later. Cool?
All right.
All right.
Well, if you have any questions, don't be shy. And Melody knows that I've told all of you everything.
How would she rate your blood?
Oh, she hates it. It's horrible. The first time she tried to drink my blood, she spat it back up, and then she had to drink more, which is part of the reason I almost died.
Like she hates blood in general, or like your blood specifically? Because you might want to get that checked if she hates yours.
From what I can tell, blood tastes largely the same. I imagine that if she had more experience drinking from different sources, then she might be able to differentiate between people with. I don't know what kind of thing would make a person's blood taste different. All I know is that it's even though she's turned into a vampire and needs to drink blood to survive, the concept of it's still abhorrent and disgusting to her, both from sort of a visceral standpoint and also a literal one. It doesn't taste good, and she's killed animals and drank their blood before when we're desperate, and I can tell she certainly doesn't care for that either. I don't know how it tastes compared to human blood, and I'm not going to ask.
The last question I have is, I've heard a lot of, I guess, rumors or folk tales of the kind, but never really interacted with one myself. Is there anything that we need to do to help? Like, I know that, for example, not give blood, but can she enter into dwellings on her own or cross waterways and things? Like, is there anything that we should be doing?
Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. The short answer is no. For the immediate future, we have all of our needs looked after, and it's the city itself is on land, and so she probably won't need to get on a boat anytime soon. And it's not exactly always clear what running water means. I mean, we've tried our best to learn about vampires, and it's running water is something that is apparently hazardous to them, and we're not really sure why. And I would imagine that running water means rivers and streams, but not it wouldn't a large lake or an ocean wouldn't count. Maybe she would just get seasick easily. I don't know. We've never tried to test the limits of that. And in terms of other the other susceptibilities of a vampire, um, well, we've just tried to be as comfortable as possible on a day to day basis. And yeah, I don't think there's anything we need from you right now other than that we didn't want to keep a secret any longer. But thank you for offering.
Barco will touch Fletcher on the arm and say, "Thank you so much for sharing all."
You're very welcome. And
So,
Rem is Fletcher is a little bit wary of Averica, but is not gonna pull away or do anything that would break the peace, and is gonna say, "Well, that's our secrets out of the bag. If anybody else wants to take a turn, I suppose now's as good a time as any."
well, first, you've talked a lot about the drawbacks, but what about the benefits? What does it let her do?
Well, she she's quite capable of defending herself. Um, she she does this kind of necrotic zap with her hands. It's um kind of like a the necrotic touches that a cleric can do. Um, and I mean, in a fight, I suppose she would be able to potentially from drain blood or drain vitality from a foe. Um, she will likely live longer than she normally would have. That's not something we've talked about very much. Um, and it she doesn't need to eat let's call it regular food as much. I mean, it doesn't really do much for her. Um, she might she so it saves a bit of money on rations, which made it a bit easier to live by ourselves. But and yeah, she's a bit more hardy in battle. She can likely um um she can regain hit points. Um, she climbs trees very easily, and I don't know if that's just because she's dexterous or because um maybe the whole vampire thing makes her a bit more um well
Prone to tree climbing.
it's I mean, yeah, you could you could put it that way. um it's yeah, it's
Hey,
She turn into a bat, or is that more true vampire territory?
I'm guessing it's more true vampire territory. She tried once. It was kind of cute. She just closed her eyes and looked like she was concentrating really hard, and nothing happened. Um, it's it's possible that she has abilities that she doesn't understand, or um, it's also possible that she knows things and she's not telling me because she's doesn't want to worry me. Um, for the last year or so, we we've been we've been mainly focused on survival, and um we've had a bit of time for experimentation, but I suspect that most of the advantages to being a vampire would become apparent in pitched combat, and we've tried to avoid that as much as possible.
Sensible enough. It is good to know you could walk among them. Who knows? Maybe there's places that she can go that we can't.
Indeed.
Oh, anyone got anything else they want to get off their chest?
All of my secrets are carried directly on my back. Anything else that I don't know, you'd have to ask Celestia herself.
Fair enough.
Don't have much more to say.
You don't have clearance for mine.
What does that mean exactly?
I can't really tell you now, can I?
Well, we know that he's got a giant, excuse me, a giant demonic hand that steals stuff and gives the middle finger. Is it, there may be things you're not allowed to tell us or not able, and I won't hold that against you if we're messing with something that is clearly demonic in nature. But if you ever feel like sharing, let us know.
If it comes up in our ventures, I will run it past you. I work on behalf of a place that I can't quite provide details on. But we may come into passing of a few books that will quickly become relevant to you all.
Forbidden
Well-
library. Is that what you said earlier?
Oh yes, I work on behalf of a library of my own. Or well, on behalf of somebody I know.
Not cryptic at all.
He flutters his wings a little bit, but says nothing.
All right, well, just let us know if any books are about to kill us or murderous librarians, which I guess we've run into at least one so far, so.
I'll nod at you.
What is our next step?
That is a very good question. If we have the opportunity to consult Linnea on some of the names that we've come across in our travels, I think that would be wise. Otherwise, I mean, are we just going to go out looking for more people? Are there other libraries in town that we could consult? I think we learned that there are. Anybody else have thoughts?
Well, I guess before we leave, Fletcher, did you also ask Melody if she'd be willing to do any recon of her own?
I let her know that it had been suggested by the party, and she's certainly looking for something to do. I would be, well, I think Melody is quite competent and capable. I would be hesitant for any one of us 7 to go out on their own without backup. I think we're strongest as a fighting unit, and I think we'd be quite vulnerable alone. And I think that applies just as much for Melody, if not more so, than for the 7 of us, counting Rem and Celestia separately. I again, I'm extremely hesitant to put her in harm's way. If I know that Valkraxis promised her safety, but I also know that there's multiple groups under Valkraxis's control that are rivals, and well, things happen in the heat of a pitched fight. And I don't know. If you have any specific suggestions, we can bring them to her and see what she wants. But for now, I propose we come up with our next steps before we start trying to incorporate melody into any of them. It's a bit premature if we don't even know what the plans are going to be.
Try to find more out about that monastery. Monastery of the Whispering Bells.
They said that was more of a fairy tale than anything else, right? Is there some place around here we could go for legends and myths and the like? Even, I don't know, some collection of bards or something?
That's as good an idea as any. We've already met Bailiff Boneharp. I unless we want to ask specific questions about our goal, I think we need to know more about our goal before we can start asking questions about it without saying the object itself that we're looking for. Because right now, if I wanted to learn more about the Echo Ledger, the only thing that I could think to do is ask directly, do you know what the Echo Ledger is or where we could find it? If we were able to branch out the spider web a bit more, that's my 2 cents. I think it's a good idea. I just think we'll need to learn more about what we're searching for before we'd have any success, unless we wanted to just say, we're looking for the Echo Ledger. Can you help us? Any thoughts?
So Malric
I
said
agree.
that the knowledge of things were like before MKL that exists in that monastery. And
Oops, sorry, you cut out on my end. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
I said that Malric said that the knowledge of what things were like before MKL might exist in that monastery, and that seems to be in line with what we might need from the Echo Ledger.
I think the monastery is a decent lead.
Yeah,
Not,
I'm
don't
totally
really have
down.
any strong ideas.
Yeah, I feel like we'll learn something. I'm not sure what we'll learn, but I feel like it would be a good place to go to learn something useful. And I'm in favor.
Now, finding where the monastery is, that's the challenge.
When in doubt, look at the
So-
top of a very large hill.
Why?
I believe
Monastery.
we were told that it was along the coast, kind of hidden from sight, if I remember correctly.
Mhm.
Do we have I mean, I guess we can go try the coast on its own, but possible we could also rent a small, like, paddle boat or something and just kind of go up and down the coast to look for it. I don't know if
The
anybody...
boat-
Be so much
Honestly,
fun.
The boatman, Virelin Cost. What if we asked him? He might help us.
I would think we should probably get more information before we just start searching the coast, because my guess is a secret hidden monastery that may or may not exist will probably have more specific guards and ways to hide than just sitting on a mystery coast.
I mean, that could very well be true, but do you have an idea on where to start then?
Well, I said at least maybe starting with the bards or something, see if they've heard stories or legends. You know, if we could hear, oh, it's on a coast and it's inlaid or something in a cove, even that could be helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Not that I'm saying we shouldn't try the both, I'm just thinking we should exhaust other avenues first.
Yeah, no,
I think
definitely.
that makes sense.
It's
Definitely.
I think asking. Go ahead, America.
Oh, you go first.
I think asking Varelen Koss directly if we could charter a ride is a reasonable place to start, because he might just know where it is or be able to find out and take us there. He we could try and figure out more on our own. But we might be able to skip that step by calling upon our more knowledgeable contacts.
I think the bards perhaps learning what people say about it could at least help us determine if we're barking up the right tree, and then I think we need to know what might be defending it, what might be the reason that no one's on there, if that's the case, and then once we have our plan of action, then we go get the help we need.
Sounds very reasonable.
Sounds reasonable.
So, do we just want to go out and hit up some taverns, see if there are any bards playing? We could go to the city center and ask around.
I say we walk the road and turn our ears to any music we find.
Well, we're not going to be getting anything done staying here, so I'm
Let's
finished
go.
eating and I'm ready to head out whenever you guys are.
I like Sanctum's idea.
And you guys will head off into town.
Before we fully leave, I'm going to cast Floating Disc as a what do you call it?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to use this to start carrying Celestia around for at least for now.
To be clear, an invisible floating disc is going to be having a floating unconscious body following you everywhere.
Is it invisible?
It is a circular, horizontal plane of force. Is
Cool.
not
Basically
Great.
a wall of force. Yeah.
Yeah,
And if anybody in this, as far as I'm concerned, if anybody in this fucked up city has a problem with that, they can fucking deal with it, because this city is weird. And if we want to have a sleeping body following us around 3 feet off the ground, then that's our business.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they would mostly just be surprised that it's a living body and not a dead one.
Yeah.
Although she is swaddled, so her face isn't visible, right?
Her face is generally visible because she's got to breathe. It's kind of
Okay. Cool. So we're going to pull a Han Solo and just have her body follow you all around. Understood.
Yep, pretty much.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Doing it as a ritual, but yes.
Yes. All right. Cool.
Ready for rituals.
So this takes 10 minutes and 6 seconds for you to cast. And it lasts for an hour. So every 50 minutes, you're going to have to recast it.
Yeah, until we're busy, it's fine.
Sure. All right. Well, you guys head off into town with a body in tow. Oh, wrong one. There you go. Cool. And you said you wanted to go wandering through the town and find somebody. As you guys mosey through the town, question becomes, where are we moseying to? Or is it just general moseying, listening for music and stuff?
It's the sense I got.
I don't. I think more of the latter.
I was taking it
yeah, I don't
very
know if
literally that we would walk through town and just turn to
Right.
the side of music.
Cool.
Right now we know one venue, and we we probably want to go to a different source second time around.
Of course. So let's get an investigation check and see how good we are doing. And this is going to be for everyone, please.
Okay.
Investigation.
Whoops.
Very good. Cool. So you guys will run across a very nice bar. It's called The Last Headstone. As you guys come up to it, the music inside is cheerful and a little bit on the on the body side of music. It's kind of fun.
Body side.
Yeah. As you guys come in, the people here are being very jovial, and up at the front there is a man with a harp. He's got bright green skin and black horns. His eyes glow yellow, and he is currently strumming a very gentle tune. He locks eyes with you as you come in and will give you guys a nod.
I pull my sword. Wait, no, wrong group.
All right.
As you see the performer on stage, he begins to tell a story. He's an orator. Listen to me now. Listen to the tales of old, when the islands filled the sky, and when the ground served those above. When we were dominated by masters who cared nothing for us, and how we tore the islands from the sky. One such isle landed upon my homeland. I saw it fall long ago, far away to the east. I stood among the deserts where the land is now called Australia, and I watched as a kingdom fell upon my home. The Empress persecuted us. She hunted us. She raised the dead and undead to chase us from our home and forced us to bury ourselves beneath the sands. Now we wait. My people grow in power and await our time to strike and to reclaim the central wall for our own. A couple people will put a few copper pieces in a cup for him, which he will take and pocket. As they dissipate, he nods at you guys, noticing you had been paying attention.
I'll put in a couple gold as we approach, or assuming people want to approach.
Yeah,
Most
yeah, definitely.
generous. He bows to you. I am Zira, and you are...
In the market for information, as it were. or at least stories.
I am to serve. It is what my people do now while we wait for the right moment.
Service isn't so necessary, but maybe just a chat with friends, you know. Nothing looking for anything too serious here, or trying to, be uptight with titles or anything like that.
Friends that pay very well.
The best types of friends.
He will give you a slight tilt of the head. Of course, friend. And what is your name, friend, that I may refer to you in an honorific?
I'm going to whisper mentally to Avarika. Are we supposed to be keeping our names hidden now that we're supposed to be doing these things subtly?
Might as well.
You can call me Pox.
Pox. The plague. The figure for which the land weeps. That which causes mothers to cry and children to wail. Greetings.
More of a smallpox on my end, but sure.
Even worse. He smiles broadly. What can one friend answer to another?
We were just looking to see if you'd heard any tales of a place known as the Monastery of the Whispering Bells. We'd heard there's some interesting stories about it, but we hadn't heard them before.
He gestures to one of the waiters to come over as he sits down at a table and gestures for you to do the same. He whispers
I'll wait
to
to
the
crew
waiter as he gestures for them to come down next to him. You can't hear what he says unless you roll a perception check.
I mean, I've got to listen.
You cannot hear what he says. The waiter will turn with a nod and leave. We will be left alone for the time being. The Monastery of the Whispering Bells. Tale. Very old tale. It is said that it was once a place of worship dedicated to a god of death, not of the passing, but rather of the moment. Have you heard of such a god? One that does not relish in the power of control, rather seeks to observe.
I didn't know there ever were any other gods of death, whether currently existing or in the path of other than Kale.
Oh, there are. There are many. Each culture having their own. But MKL has superseded them, taking their place and claiming their domains were his own. We believe that to be sacrilegious and heretical. Do you agree?
Can't say I've particularly cared for MKL, but can't say I know enough about the other gods to know whether they deserve them or not. Some would say might makes right. It seems like he's on top at the moment.
Many believe that. I believe that Velcraxis gives us hope that MKL will fall and that Verathis will rise in power once again. We must have this hope in order to have hope that my homeland can be restored. I seek power to restore my people to prominence. Why do you seek power?
To live.
Do you not find that living for the sake of living is simply a clock ticking.
I haven't found I've had enough time to worry about the clock at this point. Maybe once I have time to sit around and worry about that, I'll find other reasons to live. But until I have time to breathe, I don't think it really changes the matter.
Then allow me to assure you, in this place, at this moment, with me, take 5 seconds to live. 1, 2, 3,
Rem is waiting very impatiently.
4, 5.
Truly, I feel alive. What else have you heard about the monastery?
I love how impatient Rem is.
You got to keep in mind, this guy's not been technically alive very long, and every moment's been trying to stay alive.
Yeah, it's valid. This guy, Zira, has been around for a very long time.
It's
has
the
learned-
perfect counteraction.
Exactly. It's a counter interaction, yes. The monastery was somewhere to the northwest of us. I'm uncertain as to where exactly, but they say it's along the coast, but hidden from the sea due to cliffs. I do not know anyone who has gone in search of it, for the rumors state that it is now the den of dragons, and something sinister awaits within. One would be cautious going to such a place. Do you seek death?
Depending on its form, I think we might.
Should you have a desire to enter Imkael's warm embrace, sooner rather than later, you may seek out the monastery. I would not go. But should you return with a story of the place, I would want to hear it.
Of course. Always happy to share a story with a friend if we were to end up going that way for some reason.
To friends, and he will raise his cup of water.
I don't think I ever actually got a drink, so I'll simply nod and say, to friends.
You'll take
And-
a sip.
I'm going to slide another 2 gold across the table his way. And just, if any other friends come through asking about something similar, it'd be a shame if you forgot what you knew, at least for the moment.
Forgot who and what.
Indeed.
I have a new friend whose name should bear terror in those who hear it. I pray that no one asks your name, lest I terrify them with the story of who I met today.
Always better that they don't hear it, I think.
He smiles and nods. Perhaps. But there are many eyes in the walls, and the floor talks. We have met, but I will keep your secret, and secret as to what you seek.
I appreciate it, Cizra, and I hope for your sake that your people get to rise again soon.
They will not. But we are patient. We will wait. And then we will rise. And the Empress will not stop us then. I wish you safe journeys, friend. May you find that which you seek, be it death or a place along the coast.
To you as well, friend. May your life be lived in every moment.
He bows deeply at that. He liked that a lot.
Rem will bow as well and shoot a look to everyone else to see if anyone else has anything they want to do before we part ways here.
That's a no.
Keep that in mind.
As he stands
Well,
up,
it just gives you a look that says, "You got this."
he stands up and will gesture to this dais near the side there. I must play another set. While my friend has been generous, one can never have too much gold.
Of course, please don't let us stop you.
And he will go onto the dais and begin to strum his harp once again.
I'm going to whisper in everyone's mind individually. I think we got some good information, but I don't think we should unpack it too much here, especially with what he said about the floors having ears.
Sounds good to me.
We go back and discuss. Or
We
is
head
there
back if
anywhere
everyone else
we
wants
head
to.
first?
Sounds good to me.
All right, back to the Dark Oak Inn.
We're running back and forth. As we do go, I'm going to remind everyone to just keep an eye out to see if we're being followed at any point. It doesn't hurt for us all to keep our eyes up.
Cool.
All right.
As you are making your way away from this establishment, from the last headstone, you are being followed, and he's hard to miss. A Goliath in armor is walking behind you about 40 feet, and he's gaining. What would you like to do?
Well, we don't want to take him. We don't want to lead him back to our fort. Do we just stop here? If there's going to be a confrontation, may as well get it over with.
Is there somewhere else we want to lead him instead? Maybe not.
Well, we could find out what he wants.
Well, as you guys are having this discussion, he will catch up to you. Pardon me. I have an inquiry.
What kind of inquiry?
The dead one. Is she for sale?
Not dead and already spoken for, I'm afraid. Under contract, real lock and key stuff.
If I offered double, would it be accepted?
While extremely generous, I'm afraid that the people to contract with I wouldn't want to cross, not for any amount of money. It's more about favors and what would happen if we went the other way.
He furrows his brow. That is unfortunate. She is beautiful and would make a great handmaiden within my castle. Are you certain that I cannot negotiate against your current contract?
I'm afraid that's very unlikely, but if you could give me your name, if something were to change, I'd be happy to reach out, of course, and see if we could come to a new agreement.
I am Lord Blacksalt. If you change your mind, or if your situation should be altered, you can find me at the Black Salt Keep.
Black salt, brandy or black salt?
You have heard of me.
Just the name. Now I have a face to put to the name. Pardon me, this isn't any of my business. I just wanted to make sure I heard correctly.
He nods. I'm honored that you have heard of me. Should your situation change, bring your woman to the keep, I will purchase her. You will be very well compensated.
Of course. Thank you, my lord, for your generous offer.
The keep is on the south side of town. Tell the guards that you are here for a deal. They will allow you to enter. He will give you a salute where he takes his fist and puts it across his chest over his heart. Be well.
I'll copy the salute. I seem to be copying all sorts of salutes and bows today.
And he will go wandering off. But with a purpose. He's going somewhere.
I submit.
Wow. Town seems very interested in purchasing people, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm wondering, is there a more discreet way we can have Celestia accompany us? I was worried he was going to start a fight for a second when you
Well,
said
you
no.
let me know if you think of one. I just came up with the disc myself. If you get something better, I'd love that.
No, the
But,
disc is certainly better than having her slung over her shoulder. But in the future, I mean, people. He called himself a lord. You don't if you don't want to sell. I mean, obviously, you're not going to sell Celestia for multiple reasons, but you don't have to give a reason. You can just say not for sale. If it becomes a matter of price, I feel like a person like him, price is no object. It's
Well, that's part of the problem. I think if it's not for sale, that turns into I haven't named the right price. If it's this potentially mysterious and dangerous people she's in contract with, a lot of people I think would be nervous to jump into that if they don't know who it is.
this city makes me so uncomfortable.
He didn't
But
seem that nervous to me. He seemed pretty confident.
No, for sure. I think he wouldn't have pushed the matter even if I had said she just wasn't for sale, but I don't think we could say that for every person that would come up here. And to be clear, we got information about who he is and how to get to his keep at some point if we need an audience with him. Not that I think that may be something we need, but it's never bad to know another person in this town.
Hmm.
All right. Well, you guys can make your way back to the Dark Oak Tavern. Oak Inn, sorry. There is a stack of sandwiches on a large plate as you guys arrive. These are deli sandwiches with a variety of hams and turkeys. You look around. There's no sign of anyone except for Melody, who is currently seated reading a book while nibbling on a sandwich.
afternoon, love.
She smiles at you. Good afternoon. Did it go well?
Yes, we've met some very interesting people. Some of whom are interested in buying corpses. It seems to be a recurring thing in this city.
I've
And-
noticed that. The few times I've gone out, they've actually approached me looking for resources as if I had killed people. Seems like a profitable yet disturbing line of work.
Murdering people for a corpse pile? Yeah. I mean, I see the utility of it, that's for sure, but it is a little bit uncouth.
Very dark.
Well, necromancy is sort of a dark practice, is it not?
It is. Fletcher said that you wanted my assistance in finding out information or acting as a courier. The book I've been reading is almost done. I'll probably finish it in the next hour. And then I have nothing to do. Is there a task I can undertake that is minimal in threat, but could be beneficial?
Well, I don't want to speak for the group, so Fletcher, please. First, do you have any recommendations yourself for what you would feel the most comfortable suggesting to Melody?
Well, at the moment, we're just kind of going out and asking questions about a certain monastery called the Monastery of the Whispering Bells. It apparently it's hidden on the coast somewhere. And at the moment, we're just trying to learn more about it.
Well, I can go and do some snooping around. I'll stay out of trouble.
Well,
That,
it's
or
up to you.
depending on what you feel most comfortable with, I think looking into anyone that might be looking into us could be good, since her protection is guaranteed by Valcraxis. Any of his agents should be very scared to lay a hand on her.
Are you in
But,
danger?
Of course, I don't know if anyone in this city is ever completely safe.
Well, then I will do my best. Fletcher, I'm going to have to ask you to trust me. I'll be back in a couple of hours, but I will be back before sunset for certain.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll probably be going out again as well. I imagine we'd also be back before sunset.
Then dinner.
Yeah, good luck. Sounds good.
And she's going to give you a peck on the cheek and give you a pat on the shoulder. And he's going to reiterate, I'll be okay.
I believe you will.
And she will head out.
All right.
I do think it's a good idea that none of us are out alone after sundown. I didn't feel incredibly comfortable on my own, even separated from the group, a small bit as I was.
I think even before sundown, I don't think we should ever be in the city alone. I'm wondering, what if we start asking people about where the dragons are? Maybe that could be. We know northwest is the general direction, but maybe that could help us narrow it down.
I mean, that's a good idea. A good way to get some information without tipping our hand too much.
Agreed. The only other thing is if there's any old priests or anything of this forgotten god, but considering it's a forgotten god, I think the odds are pretty low. I think dragons are a great source that we should track down next.
I'm all for it.
All right. So, do we try and hit another tavern?
Yeah, I'm down to go for another tavern. So this time Ross about dragons.
Cool. Headed back out?
I think so. At the moment, we're just gathering intel, and
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
you guys will go off to another tavern. This one's called the First Shovelful.
Shovel.
very creative tavern names in this city. It's always about death. I mean,
As you come in, I don't have an image of the maitre d', but he's a very rotund individual. He smiles at you, beaming as his round cheeks are dimpled. He looks at all of you. Welcome to the first shovel. How can I help you? Need a table? Wow. Table for 7?
If you wouldn't mind.
Is the lady not eating tonight?
I think she's full.
Yeah, very well. Booth or table?
Booth.
Booth for sure.
Okay. And he's going to go on this way. He grabs a couple menus and he grabs a shovel. The shovel is very clean, and the blade of the shovel is up in the air as opposed to down near the ground. And he's going to use the handle as a walking stick to walk towards the booth. Here you are, big booth, should fit all of you. Do you want to keep her here or under the table? Or we do have parking.
She'll stay with us, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Here you go. Name's Michael. Nice to make your acquaintance. I'll be your server tonight. So, the first shovel's free. What can I get you? As he puts the shovel on the table.
What's in the second shovel?
Oh, second shovel's 5 gold. You've never been here before, have you?
Not really sure what
That's it, we have.
Oh, no.
This is
See,
our first shovel full.
the first shovel full. Welcome. First timers. Okay, so the beverages are right over there. If you got the commemorative mug, which costs you a gold, then you can get free refills over there at the kegs. All you want to drink. If you want food, you take the shovel here and you head to the buffet. As much as you can put on the shovel, you can bring back to the table. It's called the first shovel full, because the first shovel full is 1 gold. So, any questions? As you see a family walking by with a shovel, and multiple people are holding onto the blade of the shovel while the handle is sticking out the side, and it looks like they've just piled on entire bowls of food onto the blade of the shovel.
No, I think we're ready to go fill up the shovel. Who's coming with me?
All right.
Oh, I'll absolutely go with you.
And if you do the seafood, the shellfish, here's the bibs. And he's going to gesture to a small wooden box at the side of the booth. Help yourself to the bibs. If you need a washing station, we got a spring right over there. Enjoy. And he will go wandering off.
I love this place.
What an experience.
This is the kind of
It's the
place that
Pizza Hut.
G-America would want to go to. Yes, exactly.
It's the Pizza Hut buffet stacking.
Yes, exactly.
Rem's gonna cast his mage hand, which as a trickster rogue is invisible. He's gonna use that to help him prop up the side as he's gonna try and stack this thing as high as possible.
Uh-huh. You'll see that multiple people are sitting there trying to arrange the various shellfish and lobsters so that the claws interlock, etc., in order to form a nice base, and then put stuff inside them so that it all holds together, etc. There is a
Well, who's helping me stack this?
there is a janitor that is walking by to clean up all the spilled food on a regular basis, because sometimes people fail at food Jenga.
Wait, I got a mage hand.
Yeah,
Everyone
Baraka
mage
is
hand.
also going to.
Oh, careful! They can't see your mage hand. That's obviously
They
cheating.
can't. They can't. They can't see mine either. Oh, the telekinetic feat, so mine is actually invisible too.
Yeah, there we
Mage
go.
hands were against the rules.
So yeah, they said anything about it. We're just using them to help keep things on the shovel.
Mhm.
That's fair. Actually, good point. Yeah, they
That's what
didn't
I'm
say we
doing.
couldn't.
All right. So, what all are you putting on the shovel for food?
I've got to go for the most expensive stuff. So we're sticking with like meats and seafood. You don't want to do too much like vegetables and stuff. That's just gonna fill you up for no real benefit.
You gotta get a ton of king crab legs.
Understood?
That's right.
Good.
King crab legs, the lobster. Let's get some big prawn.
Some
Make sure you get
langoustine.
anything spicy.
Anything spicy? Very good.
Oh, we're putting sauce over everything when we're done. We're just gonna sauce up the whole thing.
Understood. It's a seafood boil.
And I'll grab a couple beignets and get them on the very top.
Very good. One of them will roll off the side. All right.
I will focus my mage hand on keeping that one pressed to the side so it doesn't fall off. So it doesn't fall off entirely.
Cool. And you guys can return to the booth with
All
your
right.
loot.
All right, we did the hard part. Did you guys get any information?
Pork chops, crab legs. Hang on, no vegetables? You didn't think to get any vegetables?
You don't want to fill up on vegetables. We gotta get our money's worth here.
Come on, you can get a second shovel if you want vegetables.
We can get
Yeah,
vegetables
you're
back
paying
at the
for it.
end.
And the first shovel's free? How the hell?
No,
do they
first
make
shovel's
money
1
here?
gold. Second shovel's 2
Oh.
gold. Third shovel's 3, etc. It ramps up the more shovels you get.
I could have sworn he
What
said
is
first
that?
shovel is free. Oh well, 1 gold is a steal for all the food
But
we're
I think
getting.
he's charging us first time customer prices.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Well, I'm
well.
hooked. We're coming back here again. I want to see the breakfast options.
No, I just want to see how high we can
I-
stack the shovel.
You guys know we're eating for free at our lodgings, right?
Yeah, but without the
Yeah.
shovel.
You gotta have some variety.
Exactly.
It's not the same. It's not the
Yeah.
same as somebody else preparing it.
All right.
Wait,
all
somebody
right.
else prepares food at the town. Okay, that's not a good point.
Yeah, have you been cooking?
It's the
your own food there?
satisfaction.
You're paying for the scenery.
I don't know if my sister Venketta would love this place or hate it, because I mean, obviously, food's her thing, but I mean, she's a halfling, so I don't know if she could carry the shovel.
They make mini shovels.
Yeah, but it's a smaller shovel for less food.
Does she not eat half the normal portion?
All right.
If- She eats more than the normal portion.
Okay, for the
Your
record,
sister's
I created this
Halfling.
restaurant on the fly a couple weeks ago, right? I just RP'd this, and I just found a restaurant in Wales that does this.
Shovel.
Okay, so when are we doing a field trip to Wales?
Right?
Wait.
When are we doing a field trip to
On
Wales?
my way.
Dude,
all right.
What I need to know is what the commemorative mugs look like.
right? Wow. No, the commemorative mugs look like mining helmets.
Eat off shovels.
All right, I am gonna have to pick up one of these for Celestia before we leave. She's gonna be so angry she missed this.
Okay, this headline is too funny to not post about it.
Right?
That's so funny.
It's mine themed restaurant.
Yep. That's amazing. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we created this a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize that it was a thing. All right. So, as you guys are eating your food, there's some colorful characters eating around you. There's some conversations. What would you like to do?
Fletcher, were you going to say something?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask you. You have a sister who's a halfling.
Oh, I do, yeah.
I just would not have guessed that. Half sister or
Adopted sister?
adopted? Adopted.
I don't know if that was on purpose, but they're still a full sister if they're half.
Oh, I of course, yeah. No, that was not intentional. Just
Well, yeah, if we were going that route, technically I'm a half sister to all of them, but no, we're all adopted.
How many is Hall?
There's 7 of us total. Yeah, it's really fortunate because oh, my parents adopted all of us all at once, and their timing was great because like orphanage burnt down the next day. So if they hadn't gotten us, who knows?
What are the odds?
Stefan. Where do you know where this orphanage was? Was it in Shatter Shaddai?
You know, they never said. I always assumed so though.
And do you know, are your sisters back there now, or have they kind of all gone off on their way?
Well, after the whole Joseph's Eye thing, she says, lowering her voice, we all scattered to the wind, so we're laying low, and I haven't heard from them since then.
Oh. And that, how long ago was that?
7 years ago. So, yeah, I'm sure they're fine though. They can all take care of themselves pretty well.
Well, I hope they're doing well.
Me too.
I don't suppose you've tried to get into contact with them, or have any way to try to do so. I know there's magical ways to send messages and such.
Yeah, I've done what I can, but oh, the thing is, I'm supposed to wait for my dad to contact me. So if he doesn't, then that means there's still danger, and we still need to stay out of the spotlight, and we could be being watched at any point.
Oh, fun time.
I know, right? So now you kind of see why I've pursued the path I have. But, well, we should see about these dragons.
You know, if we are talking about dragons, I actually do know how to speak Draconic. I don't know if that matters
Really?
at all. Yeah, I've always been fascinated by them. Did a lot of studying when I was younger.
Oh, what did you learn about them?
Well, I could talk over a long time about them, but the basics of dragons is that they're, well, a lot of them have really big egos. At least that's what I read about in books, though I think that it's really the perception of from the people who have survived encounters with them, so it's hard to really get a serious read on a lot of what people write about them. I'm really more interested in maybe meeting one myself someday that isn't trying to kill me, but I don't I don't
I was
really
gonna say we
fully.
could help with that, but then you said the not trying to kill you part, so that might be more difficult.
I mean, dragons are very intelligent creatures. I'm sure there are some that are more sensible than others, but I don't know if I really want to flip that coin and start wandering around searching for dragons. I mean,
Yep.
if you've been listening, I cast all my spells in that language.
Oh, I never even realized. I just thought that was your arcane tradition.
I mean, there's plenty of languages you could choose to focus on when learning magic rather than being born with it, but I already knew a lot about Draconic when I really started studying, so it only really reinforced my knowledge when I really got into the arcane.
You know, there are some mages who draw their power from dragons themselves,
Sorcerers,
either in their
yes.
blood or like, yeah.
Though I'm not one of those.
Oh, I didn't take you for one.
It's interesting, though. It would be cool if I was half cat, half dragon, but not really can't really decide on those things, you know?
You know, I've heard some dragons are basically indistinguishable from large cats. Not necessarily in terms of appearance, just in terms of personality.
Well, also their anatomy is somewhat similar. I have seen some diagrams of how dragons move, and it's not that dissimilar from a cat prowling. At least some of them move like that. I don't know if all of them do.
The movements of a predator.
Well, they are the apex.
I'm gonna say loudly enough that it could easily be overheard, but not necessarily a shout. Just try to be at the top level of um, conversational. Huh. Be interesting if there were dragons around here. I know this isn't what you come here for, but surely one or two pops up everywhere, right?
A old man at the table near you looks over at you. If you want dragons, Missy, you just go out of town and head northwest of there. You go about 18 miles, you're gonna die. Dragons up there, terrible territorial. They won't let you go any further past it. That's why no one goes all the way up there anymore. And they say that the best mushrooms used to be up there. You can't get to them no more. Think the mushrooms are here? Good. You used to be able to get big ones, size of a burger. Put it right on top. Not anymore, no. No more, no more, no more, no more. Nope, them dragons keep us away. Going up there, suicide. His wife, the little old lady, looks at you guys with gummed teeth, like all her teeth are gone, and she comes at you. Hey, he's telling the truth. He's telling the truth. We used to go out there so often. Oh, it was such a thrill when I was younger. We'd go up there and we'd have a bit of a fun and hanky-panky. Watch the dragons blot out the stars while we were, you know?
You said northwest?
Northwest of
supposed to be
town,
going?
yeah, about 18 miles. You go up there,
Okay.
and you follow the old road, and you gotta jump the barricades, though. They don't let no one go up there no more.
Barricade.
After the whole terrible atrocities that happened, we gotta break through and skip over the fences and stuff. They don't let you go up there no more. Don't tell them I said so, neither, no.
Oh, we won't tell anyone.
Are you gonna be eating that
After all,
lobster,
you're
miss?
giving us. Oh,
Thank you. And she just reaches across to your
you
shovel and
like-
takes a lobster.
okay. Ooh, what was I going to say?
Ebony looks annoyed.
You know what they
Oh,
say?
yeah, Rem's glaring.
You know what they say? The person with the longest arm gets most to eat. She doesn't.
I'm gonna try and use my mage hand to grab something off their table.
It works.
Avarco will mouth. let's keep them talking. And then she will turn back to them and say,
Remember, mention has verbal and somatic components. They see you doing this.
Does Arcane Trickster let you cast it silently? Is
Yes.
that a...
I need to double check the silently part. Definitely is invisible.
Oh,
I know you can pick locks with it remotely.
Let's see. Can make it invisible. Can make it do extra tasks. Can make it do these tasks without being noticed if it makes sleight of hand checks. I think I still have to cast it regularly.
Yeah.
Does it just hang around? Oh no, it lasts for a minute. Okay, yeah, you probably would have to recast it at this point. Bummer.
Fine, but yeah, I'll just duck under the table and whisper it. Don't worry. It's fine.
Yeah, sure. And now we go out there. You should go out there and have some hanky panky, you know? You can find dragon scale for luck.
even a, well, do they stop people from crossing the barricades?
Oh, Eugene paid him off. Paid him off. Paid him 5 silver pieces to let us go by and said we won't blame you if we die.
Sorry, I'm gonna mute myself. Just assume I'm laughing at everything these guys say. Please.
I want to be clear. I love hearing the laughs. That's always fun.
we do love hearing the laughs. It is encouraging me to continue in character. So no need to mute yourselves. If I am causing you to laugh,
All right.
I'm doing a good job. As far as you getting by, you go out the northern gate from the town, you go to the wall, right? You go to the wall. If you go to the wall and then you talk to the guards, you be like, hey, we want out and we go up to the high road. And we're going to take you to the road, and you got to make sure you're paying beforehand and make sure they're discretionary about it. Otherwise, they're going to go ahead and treat you badly. But you go out the high road and go up there to the high mountains. And if you do find any of the mushrooms, bring them back. I'll pay you 2 copper pieces for it.
Oh, we will definitely take a look for those mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. And trust me, they're good mushrooms. Feel free to partake. You might see some new and interesting colors.
Interesting.
So you're eating mushrooms like that on a burger that are the size of a burger.
She smiles at you. They do have a negative side effect of causing your teeth to fall out.
Right.
Oh.
Right. These people scare me.
It's okay. Just remember, you collect the teeth when they fall out, and you can offer them to the Tooth Fairy.
Arca looks at Sanctum. Sanctum, do you have teeth?
Do I?
I don't think Sanctum has
He
teeth.
did
He's
before
got
the
a
mushroom.
beak.
A great biological question about
About Strig?
You could try it first and and give us a report.
I'm quite happy with the colors I see already.
But think about the psychedelic aspects of nature. You can see the world around you like nobody ever has.
Could you write me a description? That would be
No,
sufficient.
it's a thing you gotta experience. It's spinning and flying and falling and walking and crawling and sliding all at the same time. You feel like you're connected to everything, experiencing the weave on the inside.
Are there any other side effects?
Well, the munchies.
Well, the burger seems to have that covered.
Yeah, that's the whole point. You're putting it on the burger. You're a smart one.
Right.
Crack smart as a whip.
Are you both on mushrooms right now? And is that why you came here? Because you're the munchies?
They both look at each other, look at you, look at each other, and then just smile. Yeah.
Are you telling me those? Are you telling me those mushrooms contain a knowledge not previously recorded?
Oh, I'm sure it's been recorded somewhere. It's the experience, you understand? It's the experience of going out and experiencing life. It's kind of like that cactus that they bring in from overseas. You know, the one they call peyote.
Do you do to-go boxes?
I'm sorry, no. This your first time here at the First Shovel?
Well, yes, but
No, there's no to-go boxes. No, there's just eat at table or go away. It's not taking food with you.
Yeah,
Of course. And you see as she's got her large purse, she opens it up and the shovel goes in.
The
Is that
classic.
a purse of holding?
Classic.
No, it's just a purse.
just a really big purse.
All of you have grandmas. Some of you have grandmas who have this purse.
Yeah, but they didn't fit a shovel in it.
mine could. I've seen that shit.
It's a cult classic.
So, you have to excuse me. It's time for me to go get my warts wasted. So, have a good night, all of you. And my goodness, you're pretty, girl. Yeah. If I was 70 years younger, then I might be able to be jealous of you. Surrounded with 5 guys. You know what? You might have
No,
a
yeah,
thing here.
goodbye. It was great. It was great meeting you. It was so nice.
You might have a thing here. They have French fries right over there. And the burgers. You got your shelf here, miss. You get lovely white hair. But you get your 5 guys, you get your burgers and fries.
Boo.
That's
You had
expensive
to.
now.
This would be a
You
I
know
think
the
if we're
be- you know
If
the
they
gonna,
bad
want to
part?
sponsor us, we'll take it.
guys, I think if we're gonna murder Hobo, we should pick like the right moment to just kill the NPC.
I'm really torn between loving them and hating them. It's really hard to say.
I'm just saying, if there's ever a campaign to do it, we have that option.
Just murder in cold blood.
Not wrong.
I'll tell them. Best part is if I ever ask them to get me fries and give them a cup to put it in, they just fill up the whole cup and then some.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Well, you all have a wonderful evening. We're going to head on out. Michael, it was nice seeing you again. Excuse us. They're going to head out. As these very unhealthy individuals are leaving, you realize that they are going to the right out of the store and down a dark street. This is your opportunity to kill them, should you choose to.
No, we're not. Well, I can't speak for the rest of the party. Do what you want.
No,
It'd be useful if
they
I
could provide
reanimate
useful
them.
information in the future.
Rem feels nothing but a begrudging respect and slight amount of fear towards them.
So it sounds like the dragons that we'd meet if we went that way are the type of territorial kill you sort of dragons, less the, chill kind. I don't know. Maybe they are chill.
Does
but I
seem
kinda
like
doubt it.
that's the right place to go, though. Don't know if we can fight our way through or try and sneak our way past, but I don't know
Probably
how many dragons we could take on.
choose sneaking. I don't know if we could take on one unless it's a baby.
Yeah, let's
We
hold
can
off on
always
the
scout and
dragons.
see what there is. Got a few tools at our disposal to take a look from a distance if we can get there.
Well, at the very least, I could try to negotiate with it if it's open to that sort of thing.
Do we have anything a dragon would want?
Well, he'd probably take one of us as collateral or something, if I'm being honest.
Old items for its hoard.
Or you just give him all of our magic
Unfortunately,
items.
Unfortunately, if it's not satisfied with either of those, then it might want meat, and, well, I don't think we want to provide that.
I don't know. If I was on the other side, I would probably be trying to capture us for entertainment rather than killing us. They'll also maybe just killing us if we piss them off, or capture and then kill like a few days later. Either way, none of these outcomes sound good for us. Is what I'm trying to say.
And although, if there's more than one and they're fighting for territory, maybe we befriend one and
Pitted against the other.
make it an offer.
It's possible. Look, all I'm saying is that as far as I can tell, all the stories about dealing with dragons, they tend to really not end well for the most part. It's possible to make a deal, but whether they actually hold their side of the deal, I mean, it's not like we're a big backstop to stop them from reneging on whatever they say. They're probably
Can I just
powerful enough to just take
clarify?
us all on.
I thought we were looking for dragons because we thought there were dragons in the monastery of the Whispering Bells. Is there another reason we're
Right.
looking for dragons?
No,
No, that's the
it's just
reason.
that it just
Okay,
is like an
that's what I thought.
occupational hazard and is planning
Okay.
around the possibility of encountering one and not having a chance to run away.
I'm operating under the assumption that in order to get there, we'll have to go through them.
Well, through them, yes, but maybe not have to face them directly.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll have some time to think about exactly what we want to do if we're forced to speak with one, if it can be reasoned with.
Now, is this something we run by Linnea before we do?
Oh, going up to that area? Maybe Linnea does know a little
Yes.
bit about that place.
I
She could probably tell us if it was a suicide mission or not.
I would definitely say we bring this up, considering I believe we were told that even if we were to locate the book, we were going to get we need to get her clearance to actually go after it.
And
And to confirm, we do think the
haven't
book's
located it yet.
true. Do we think this is where the book's going to be, or this is going to be a lead to get us to the book?
I'm expecting a lead.
I-
I mean, if we happen to stumble across it, we have no reason to think that the book is right there, do we?
No, just that it might hold old knowledge.
Hmm.
And even that is, that's a might. So strictly speaking, I think we're not required to, although we may, if we did happen to stumble across it, that could be somewhat thorny. We'd have to ask her permission just to pick it up from where we find it, technically.
We should, yeah, maybe it's worth checking in with her just on the off chance the book's actually there. We can have a permission to retrieve it.
So
I think even just notifying her where we're headed, and getting any advice she might have and any equipment if she has anything she wants to give us before we go could be useful.
So just to be clear, the dragons aren't associated with the monastery in any way, are they? Or are they just in the area? Do
You
we
were
even know?
told
Oh.
by the 1T that the rumor is that the monastery has been claimed as the lair of the dragons.
That's claimed. Okay.
So Zira, the empty, told you that story.
So we might have to go face to face if we want to investigate the monastery. Walking straight into the lair of a dragon, I will say that doesn't appeal to me a ton, but we have no other choice.
Think of the opportunity.
There is a part of me that is thinking that the thrill of it all, but
And imagine what they're sitting on.
Yeah.
Their scales could be made into the mushrooms.
Okay, I'm really not concerned about the mushrooms, if I'm being honest.
Maybe you're not, but I'm sure someone would buy them. Probably outbid them for outbid that couple. I mean, 2 copper.
Yeah, we could go over to Lord Blacksalt and give him his exotic mushrooms, and I'll pay 1,000 gold for them, right?
Love the optimism.
I hope it works out that way. Well, sounds like we have more of a solid plan now. Now it's just a matter of having a chat with Linnea and sorting out some details, and then I guess we'll be off.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All right, so head back to the Dark Oak Inn.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that's the plan.
Very good. You guys will arrive, and when you do so, you are greeted by Sereth. Is there anything in particular you wanted for dinner?
I think we're gonna need some.
No, thanks for full.
Let's go heavy on the vegetables.
maybe-
Just had a heavy lunch. Or well, we ate lunch here. This was an afternoon snack. At the
How is the half werewolf the one that wants veggies the most?
We've had one lunch. What's about second lunch?
it's important to have a balanced diet. I'm just saying.
Well, we can absolutely do vegetables. Do you like? Do you want them raw? Maybe with some dip.
Whatever you fancy. Raw, grilled, dip, whatever you got on hand. We're not super hungry at the moment.
All right, then we'll set about roasting some veggies.
I would
Appreciate
say
it.
we already shoveled a lot of food.
She catches the reference and narrows her eyes at you, Fry style from Futurama. Just squints.
Why do we feel like we're cheating on our tavern?
Exactly, right?
What?
And she's going to head to the kitchen, indignant about the fact that you guys are full, having eaten somewhere else.
Rem is going to hide the commemorative mug he definitely purchased.
Look, we're not allowed to eat anywhere else outside of this tavern.
She didn't say that. She did say that.
Ebony's assuming that.
Yep. Cool. Well, Linnea's intended to be here tomorrow. Check in with you guys. Unless you want her to arrive early.
There's no rush.
Cool.
Can wait a day, I think.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to do this evening? After dinner is served with some veggies, there's some caramelized onions and broccoli, roasted peppers, etc. No? Cool. So we'll check mark another long rest and wake up in the morning.
Ready.
And we forgot Melody.
Fletcher's going to ask that Melody fasts tonight. Oh, wait, Melody was out and about. Oh, never mind. This is way more important.
Melody's going to come over. Well, I did find a little bit of information. You all smell delicious. Anyway, you asked me to do some research into this monastery. And I did. I found out that there was an old god that was worshipped there long ago. Supposedly a god not of actual death, but kind of. It was supposed to be a feline god no one was able to tell me the name, but a feline god that watched people die. It was all about the moment of death as opposed to the passing or the afterlife. Kind of morbid, if you ask me.
I agree, but it seems kind of on par for this city. But
They were
forgive me, please continue.
the people down in the market. I went to the market to pick up a couple books that she pats. I did spend a little bit of silver, Fletcher, just so you know. She has spent 3 silver pieces on her new books.
Okay, perfect.
They recommended some romanticy. It's a thing. It's okay. Anyway, they were talking about the fact that this god went out of favor when MKL came to power eons ago. And the monastery supposedly went just silent and then abandoned and is now viewed as a haunted place where ghosts walk and dragons dwell. No one goes there anymore. No one even remembers how to get there. The lady said that one time she heard about someone who tried to go there. The rumor is he fell from the cliffs trying to climb down to the path. So if you go, take some climbing gear.
Interesting. Good to know. Appreciate it.
Those are delicious looking vegetables. Are you going to eat all that, Fletcher?
Oh,
And
please
she
help
reaches over
yourself.
and takes something off your plate. Oh, I am a little bit tired, and I'm going to go read my books. And she's going to head
Alright.
off. Cool. Anything else you guys need to do tonight before the morning? No?
I'm all good.
Nothing on my end.
Not particularly.
Then we're going to have you guys wake up the next morning with a long rest. Go hit the long rest button and confirm that if you have not yet already. And I will tell you that we have Art of Linnea coming, but Bubblyzer has been exceedingly busy because we book her solid all the time nowadays. I'm super proud of the GME community keeping her busy.
Good problem to have.
Absolutely. It's just I'm like number 15 in the queue, which is a lot. All right. Well, Linnea will show up the next morning and will greet you all as she normally does during breakfast. Good day. Have you learned anything
Morning.
about the Echo Ledger?
We're in the process of learning things. We're currently working on a lead that might lead to a lead.
Interesting.
Sounds pretty. The lead sounds pretty dangerous, though. So we wanted
What
to
is
chat
this
with
lead?
you. Well,
You know
it's about to
anything
s-
about the? Oh, you go
Go.
ahead.
Sure. So it's about some dragons northwest of town. They're apparently connected to this. Well, we heard about the dragons because we're looking for a monastery of the Whispering Bells. Does that ring a bell?
I have not heard of it prior to now. Do you believe the Echo Ledger to be there?
It's possible. It has to do with a group of monks that, well, they were here before Imkale.
That sounds exactly like the thing we need. You are authorized to investigate this. Should you find the Echo Ledger, claim it, and return it here.
I guess my question for
Mhm.
you is, do you know anything about dragons northwest of town? Because that's
I
what
do.
we keep hearing.
It is illegal for people to leave the city in that direction for their own protection. I have not done so, as I abide by the laws. However, and she smiles at you guys, which is going to be off-putting. It's going to be. However, you will be excused the indiscretion of going there. Belcraxis has needs, and you will fulfill them. The laws be damned. You will succeed. Should you be opposed by the guards, tell them my name, and they will let you pass.
Would it be better for us to try to avoid using your name and find other ways to go through, just to keep people from having a connection between the two of us? Or do they know? Does everyone already know?
She
we're
raises an
working with you?
eyebrow at the fact you are using discretion. She's proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
Not wrong. She's proud of you. That would be most wise. My counterpart would utilize any leak of information to their own benefit. Discretion is the better part of valor. I encourage you to be as discreet as possible. If you need to, find a way past the guards. I must admit that the, for lack of a better term, bad girl behaviors are foreign to me. I have always followed the laws and done what I was told. I believe that you have greater experience in the less legal endeavors. That's why I need you.
Back to the subject of the dragons. Do you know anything more about them other than that there's laws about going that direction and that they exist? More things like, what type of dragons we might be facing, or even if you have any equipment that could help us if we end up in a scuffle with them.
I have given you potions, have I not?
Well, of course potions are helpful. I'm just pointing out if you have any more specific implements to deal with them, we'd love to know.
From what I understand, the dragons are very swift and based in the sea or near the sea. They are not technically dragons, but rather dracons. Are you familiar with them?
I think
I'd
I
say
would
it's a
probably
term.
make a history check at
Term
this
I've never
point.
heard before.
Okay, roll a history check.
Let's see. Is he familiar? Probably. Looking at that number.
All right, with a 17. I will
I'm
send you the
familiar
entire stat sheet here. Ebony, can't see
I'm
this.
familiar
Let me
with
know.
the dracons, but only read about them in books.
I have
They're
also
sort-
only read about them in books and have not experienced them.
They sort of, at least from their description, they sort of remind me of sea wyverns. They're like lesser dragons, but not dragons from the land, dragons from the sea, lesser dragons of the sea. So sea wyverns.
Essentially, yes.
But it's a little bit of a relief to know that we're not going to have to face any, or at least not expecting to face any true dragons, because I fear that we would not be up to the task. But I think something like this we could probably handle.
Should you find a task which you are unable to handle, let me know, and we will adjust.
How generous.
She smiles. No. We would not only adjust, we would provide it to your rivals so that they may fail.
You'd have to make it sound lucrative enough and easy enough for them to take the bait, though.
Of course. We must appear weak when they think we are strong. And when they think we are strong, we must appear weak. So, let us send you all to find the Echo Ledger. Should it be at this monastery of the Lost Bells, retrieve it before anyone else does. You are authorized for all deadly force. Succeed in the name of Valcraxis, and I will be pleased.
Hmm.
Do you have any further questions?
Your answers were very helpful. I don't have any more, but maybe someone else does.
You like mushrooms?
From time to time. Why?
Oh, we've just heard that they grow up there. I was just curious.
Interesting. I enjoy the food that I am given. It is sufficient for sustenance. Farewell.
Not surprised.
I trust you to succeed. Do not disappoint me.
Well, we don't know what we're going to find there, but we'll come back in one piece and let you know how it went.
Thank you. Should you be unable to locate the ledger, provide me a full report with what you find.
No problem.
And she
No
will head out.
problem at all.
I do have some information for the group about these Dracons, if we do actually end up seeing them. If you look at them, they can paralyze you. So when we fight them, you probably want to look away. If you look into
Interesting.
their eyes specifically.
Does it need to be direct eye contact, or if we look through a mirror or something, would it still activate?
I'm not entirely sure on that part.
Oh, well, maybe I can look through Crick's eyes then.
All right. Well, with a purpose set and a plan, or at least the semblance of a plan in place, this is a great spot for us to go ahead and end for tonight and come back next week as you guys head out of town for the first time into the wilds of Noctra and discover what's out there. As always, guys, thank you so much for choosing me to be your GM. Just tons of great GMs out there, and I'm always thankful you choose me to be yours. If you know someone who wants to play my games, I'd love to talk to them so we can get them involved. Got some cool opportunities coming up, so we want to get you involved as much as possible. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of your night. Please stay safe. We'll be back on Friday morning with the Toy Voa and Sea Dogs as they arrive at the shimmering abyssal shelf and go underwater for the first time.